All right, y'all. We back again. What's happening? I'm actually happy to be back. I'm ready to do this for real, for real. Um, got me and my host, uh, SK Dub. Introduce myself, and the other host would like to introduce yourself.
But for this segment, I put Ron 3 times because I'm gonna say it 3 times. Ron. I just wanted to change it up. I just want to make something different, even though it's all Ron. But it's cool.
Hey, hey, shoot, it worked. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like, you see what I got there, bro? Nigga, I got another baby coming, bro. Like, I think, dude. Yeah, I didn't even think about like a name.
Wait, SK, pause it real quick. Pause it.
All right, hold on.
Just David, you know what I'm saying? My middle name, Andrew. If y'all want to say Andy, y'all can say Andy. That's straight too, but Drewy. Yeah, I mean, that was my my music stage name.
You left that behind?
I mean, a little bit, you know. I mean, I don't mind Drewy too, but like I'm old now. So it's like, I don't know. Drewy kind of out there.
Why you laughing?
Because I'm old. Because I'm old now. You young, man. So
Like,
I'm old.
No, bro. I feel like my spirit even feels old, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
That's understandable.
I'm like, I don't know. That E at the end. Yeah. No.
But yeah, y'all. We the panel. You know what I'm saying? That's our. Y'all like that nickname? I like to call us the panel.
The panel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of what it is, though.
Yeah, we are. It is like a panel.
No, we the panel. You feel me? But anyway, we about to get into this trailer reaction with the Him trailer from Jordan Peele, starring Marlon Wayans.
Y'all watch it, right?
Yeah.
I seen it before, but I ain't really pay attention, so I'm really about to pay attention right now. I think it's the only trailer they got out. I don't think it's like the second.
The reason why I sent it, because that shit shocked me. I didn't know he was making another movie, and then I seen it. But I guess it came out months ago, I think, right?
No, the trailer just came out months ago. I don't think it came out yet.
I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the video.
Right? Oh, the trailer. Okay. Yeah. But we about to get into it. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
I guess nephew ready too.
Do I look at you or the camera?
You'll just look right at me. You'll just ignore the camera. Okay. There are a lot of people saying you could be the next great quarterback. I can already see it now. Cam running down the tunnel, the crowd chanting his name. I hear you've been invited to train with legend Isaiah White himself. Care to elaborate?
I want to be the GOAT. Cameron King. Great meeting you. I'm a fan. That's crazy. I damn near worship you growing up. Who are you?
I'm him.
Who are you?
I'm him. Monta.
Let's play a little catch. We going to the league! You want to play at your highest level? You want to be a legend? It's in the game. Who are they? Just gonna toss the ball around a little. You wanna hit this? You can't handle it. I understand. Oh, too slow. Wait, what are we doing? That man's smile about to be on the floor. This is how you do your teammate? What is this?
Shut hard! Eagle loves enemies. Shut hard!
In this game, violence is rewarding. So learn to enjoy it.
Get your shit together! Activate my head.
Cam, are you okay?
I think something's off.
You don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Now we playing some football!
Don't have to do this.
Activate my head.
I've never been more certain of anything in my life. And how bad does Cameron Cade want it?
I ain't a killer, but don't push it.
I'm not just gonna give it to you. You got to take it from me.
I ain't a killer, but don't push it.
What if I say no?
Hey, relax.
Think of it as a gift from the gods.
But don't push me. So what are you willing to sacrifice?
What are you willing to sacrifice?
That's wild.
La, 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 la.
What song is it?
It's a Tupac song.
Oh
I
yeah,
ain't no
yeah,
killer,
yeah, yeah.
don't push me.
What's it called? I don't know where Ron went. Never
Swear.
mind.
My bad.
But
Swear.
anyway,
Somebody called me.
you straight. Um,
Yeah.
y'all wanna re-see that trailer or we can speak on it?
We can speak on that because I already seen it. So
Okay.
Who going first?
I'll go first since I sent it. What I got out of that, what I got out of that was like I'm still kind of confused. I don't know it all, so it's like I'm still trying to like get what's behind it, but I'm gonna give it as best as I can. I think it's like a message between pursuance, like somebody trying to pursue something, no matter if it's football or like it don't matter what it is, and then having that like person who says I'm the top or like that top person in everything that you do. You know, you got your managers, you got somebody who think they know it all. You got you know what I mean, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, you got fucking Tom Brady, you got fucking who else? I mean, shit, ice skating. You got somebody in the top position. I think that's like the the problem is I think a lot of people look at somebody and say I gotta learn from them within whatever you're doing, and it can be dangerous because a lot of the times that top person can get into this what we call like narcissism way, or like this way of like nobody can be so called above me in a way, and so they start thinking like you got to go through some hardship or like some psychological shit. That's psychological when like that football is hitting that person's face and making him bleed, and he's blaming the person for not allowing the person to, or like not throwing the ball right, whatever it is in football,
Yeah.
and you get punished for that. It's like it's trying to train him, but it's like to me it's an evil way in a way. It's like it's basically saying like if you don't do it right, then you get punished. You know what I mean? But I think that can lead to in many ways like somebody not wanting to do the shit at all. So I don't really know. It was just interesting to me because it's like, damn, I didn't even know Jordan Peele was making another movie, and you know how Jordan Peele is. And me seeing it, I was like, all right, bet I'll send it in the chat. But I really don't know as much. You know what I mean? But looking at like the words I designed, like how greatness is like, you know what I'm saying? Like the retention points, me looking at it, it's supposed to be like a horror movie, obviously. And I think that it's I don't know if Jordan Peele himself is saying this, but I think it's basically like saying that it's sometimes you gotta not follow the ladder, and sometimes you gotta drop off the ladder and then put that ladder down and build your own ladder in a way. To me, that's to me though, like because if you follow that ladder, you don't know who at the top step, and sometimes that top step might got spikes on it. You fuck up your hands and you fuck up your feet because you kept going according to the ladder. You know, I think you should build your own ladder where you know every step of the way. And when you don't know every step of the way, you just trust that next step is going to be there. Sometimes you got to reach, sometimes you got to jump. But that's my, like, articulation of it. I really don't, I can't speak for Jordan Peele. I can just speak for me, Teron. I can't speak for nobody else. But yeah, I thought it was just, you know, it's another Jordan Peele movie. So I love to think. I love what makes me think. So it made me think. So that's all I got.
Okay. I agree with that one part what you said. What's it called? Building a ladder, build your own. I think everybody should go that direction.
Yeah.
No matter what. No matter what industry
It's
or
not, it
field
get
you're in.
dangerous, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it get dangerous. Like when you really think about it, We all got a ladder. Like I got a ladder in my job. You know what I mean? I be looking at these niggas like, I don't want to follow certain ways y'all talking about. Like I'd rather create my own. That's why I feel like I gotta have some type of ownership in something, and that's truly my goal. But because when you following somebody else's ladder, it's like I said, they might have spikes on it, they might have, you know, trauma on it, they might have all this disgusting shit on it. But when you build your own, you like, all right, I got mines, and then through the will of whoever y'all believe in. Well, I know who y'all believe in, but I'm talking to the audience. Like whoever y'all believe in, or like some righteous principle, or God, or Jesus, or whoever y'all believe in. I think that's the when you don't know the next step to that ladder, it's like you just got to fucking jump. To me personally, and I think that'll help a lot of people. But I think the message is like, you know how we always say like, I'm him, I'm him, I'm him. Who are you though? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you trying to be like? Why are you saying that I'm him? Who are you talking about? And usually people are talking about the latter, who they look up to, like rappers or in the black community, or like even sports celebrities. They look up to them. They try to be like Steph. They try to be like Mike. That's why Be Like Mike became so popular. But who are you? When you gonna end up understanding, like, you gotta be like yourself from yesterday, and you gotta be yourself ongoing. You can't stop. Like, you're not supposed to be somebody else. And I think that's the misconstruence of like relation, because it's cool. Like, we all gonna relate to each other. Like, I take a shit, you take a shit. You know what I mean? You piss, I piss. Like, you fucking eat hamburgers, I eat hamburgers. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it does get to a stoppage point. But I think a lot of us, as like the audience, and I learned to do this, but that's me understanding like videos and movies, and me understanding like how to work the shit instead of just being a consumer. I'm a prosumer. You know what I mean? Like producing something, but I'm a prosumer. I know how to take something and then make it. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of us is just in a position where, you know, saying I'm him. Girls don't really say it, but I'm her, and I think that's dangerous, because who are you trying to be? You know what I mean? I think if everybody been themselves, like, it don't matter what the limelight is, whatever the top spot is, bro, it's gonna keep going at the same time. Like, we've had so many great actors for a reason. Or we had so many great whatever, like basketball players, um, football players, soccer players, rappers, celebrities, right? You know, that everybody's trying to look up to, and then they get depressed because they can't reach that point, because you was never supposed to take somebody else's ladder. You was supposed to create your own. So, and that's truly how I feel. But coming back to this movie and giving y'all like a conclusion on it, I just think that it's a message that is dangerous to step into that. I want to be like Tom Brady, even though that's not Tom Brady, that's Marlon Wayans. But I want to be like Tom Brady, so I'm gonna try to follow his ladder. You don't know what the fuck that nigga has done behind the camera. And following his ladder is like following his spirit. Following his spirit is like trying to be his spirit. So he didn't have to possess you. He just had to give you the road to step on to become like him. Not saying Tom Brady is bad, but y'all know how this shit goes. So I think a lot of people just need to stop following. You know what I mean? You need some little leadership that people need. It's just saying something and you actually doing it. Like, you know what you want to do. Like, when you behind closed doors, when nobody watching and nobody able to see it, you know what you got to do. You just got to do it. I think that's the fear, because we get, oh shit, well, he got all this at this age. Well, that's how his life is. You know what I mean? So, like, all this I'm him shit and I'm her shit, I've been stopped doing that shit. So I just had to get back. I ain't trying to be funny, but like trying to get back down to a point and then bring it back up and rise up for other people, which has helped. Like, I talk to older niggas and they, damn, you speaking that, and that's not me trying to do nothing. It's just like, no, for real, like, we're trying to be somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, we're trying to be something that you know in your core that you really are not. It's just relation, and correlation is limited in a way. You know what I mean? Because everybody got a different aspect towards themselves in every way, shape, or form. So I mean, I think the movie represents the sacrifice you got to make is basically giving up on your own soul and giving up on your own spirit, and saying like, even though I don't like this particular way of training or way of anything, way of learning, way of be somebody a doctor. I don't like this way, but I'm afraid to go another way. You can't be afraid. You got to go into that darkness and you got to build the light out of the darkness, if that makes sense. So you know what I mean. So it's easy for me, but I can understand how it's hard for other people because you know what I mean. The world is not easy. I mean, it's supposed to challenge you. It's supposed to shake you. It's supposed because we don't own this shit. Getting back to our last podcast, we don't own this shit. But and all, that's my conclusion on it. Be yourself, and I know it sounds cliche, but truly, in today's time, it's really getting like that. Like from the ground up, like you know who you are from the ground up, and I think that's a part of your soul in a way. And some people, like I said, some people just chase trying to be something they're not. Like that's why you see a lot of BBLs. You know what I mean? Like, girl, you're skinny. Just accept that. Or like, girl, your metabolism is not as slow as other people. Just accept that. Or makeup. Or it's a lot of things we can get into. But I think the acceptance of self is where a lot of people need to start instead of saying I'm him. Because who is him? That's the question we should ask. You know what I mean? So I think that's why he named the movie that. It's like him. Because it's so popularized in 2025, it won't be popularized in 2035. You know what I mean? But yeah, yeah, that's all I really got. Real shit.
All right, babe.
Um, man, I think there are a lot of it's like a lot of satanic imagery. Um, and just with that statement alone, I know what they're talking about when they say when Jordan is saying him, like him, more or less, just like it's okay. So him is not you, if that makes sense. Okay, and if him is not you, okay, the question is exactly what Tehran said. Who is him? All right. And if in the film there's a bunch of demonic imagery, okay, satanic imagery, all right, and we know that the devil isn't necessarily going to, you know, possess somebody, or you know what I'm saying? Like all of that, like that was happening to his teammate and everything. That's satanic, bro. Like the football hitting him in the face 1,000,001 times until he falls over. Like
It's evil.
you know what I'm saying? That's just you know what I mean. Um, the fact that he has to sacrifice his morals in order to become him should let you know that okay, well, what is it? That's him selling his soul to a certain thing, a certain person. He wasn't, even as a kid, he was being trained by his father to say, "I okay," and start to kind of warm him up and understand that like he's gonna have a certain mindset in order to get to the top. And while that's partly true, it can obviously take shape into a very dangerous form of pride. You know what I'm saying? And me and SK already know that that's exactly how Satan got kicked out of heaven, because he assumed the most dangerous form of pride and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be like God." You know what I'm saying? God can be him, but I'm gonna be like God. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, whoa, that's why I got kicked out of heaven, bro. And like
And I
it,
think,
it
can
just
I add on to this point?
go ahead.
And I think that a lot of the times people mistaken that shit because, well, I don't want to curse, but a lot of people mistaken that thing. It's like I am the God, and that's where do as thou wilt comes in. and you can't control them type of people. That is over with. I ain't gonna lie, eating babies and shit is over with. I can't explain it, but I can just like try. I can't even understand because like you can really only understand what you've done. It's just like I'm such like you know what I mean. Like I'm such a learner. I'm like, yeah, y'all, Wizard of Oz. I'm gonna keep saying it, but at the same time, I think a lot of people who get into this mindset that I am God is what's making the world the way it is today. Because when you say I am God, you're not really realizing that God created all, and that's like literally all, like without human intent. Human intent to me is 1% of God, and I think we're ungrateful for being that 1%. So we try to be the 100%, but when you try to be the 100%, it's like Marlon Wayans in this movie. I'm gonna tell you how this is, even if you scared. I like it because I was scared at a certain point. That's all he's really doing. He's sharing his spirit. Is when you take in that spirit, is when you become that spirit, which is possession, in a way. That's why sometimes I be like, don't listen to certain people. You know what it is. You know what your spirit is, and
Oh,
do it. So keep going, David. My bad.
I'm sorry. My son is being wild, bro. Being wild. You're good. Um, no, you're right on. You're on point, bro. I mean, I think that we just need to start being real honest and straightforward also, bro. Like I'm a coach, bro, and I realized, I was doing things kind of whacked out a bit, you know what I'm saying, with my clients and whatever. Like you gotta be a lot more straightforward and less concerned about, their feelings. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah,
yes, consider their feelings, make sure that they feel comfortable and everything, but do like 50% of that. And then you gotta do 50% drill sergeant for real,
yeah.
because otherwise you're not gonna actually learn anything. So even like to our consumers right now, our viewers, whatever, who are, people watching us. I'm gonna just be honest with you, bro. Like Jordan Peele is not stupid. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the industry. You know what I'm saying? And he's heard from a lot of other people, a lot of other celebrities and their stories and things like that. He might be in the movie industry, but it's not like he doesn't know somebody like Tom Brady. He doesn't know somebody like, you know what I'm saying, Calvin Johnson, all of them. They all know each other, bro, because they all are surrounded by money. All right, and
That's that's what it
real,
is.
you know. Oh, SK, you still there? Oh, he left for a minute. Yo, but I'm kidding. But look, basically, Malachi, can you stop? Can you stop? Stop. Telling you he's going wild over here. Oh, he's back. He's back. I thought you dipped out, SK. I didn't know what happened.
You good?
You there? All right, bet. Um, but yeah, they all know each other. So like, I feel like he's exposing the fact that one, that some of the things that we've thought about some of the music artists, it don't just happen in the music industry or even just to like the movie industry. You know what I'm saying? It happens in the sports entertainment. Industry as well.
Every single industry you can think of.
You feel where there's a lot of like money, bro. Where there are a lot of pieces to the puzzle, bro. There are a lot of pieces to the puzzle, but ultimately, if you're put in a position, I feel like what Jordan's trying to allow people to see is that like there are a lot of athletes and people in the industry who were put in these kind of positions right here, the same as this athlete, where they had to choose between moral and success,
Selling your soul or
and
not.
they chose success. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
That's a
it's
good.
not,
Yeah, good.
you feel me? And it's not that he's showing a true story here with all of these, satanic scenes and
Right.
imagery all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, don't don't write anything off. Why do you think
Yeah.
there are so many, like, there are Baphomet symbols and things like that all throughout this little preview, and that satanic star that just flashed on the screen, if y'all
Yeah,
didn't
I was about to
see that.
say. You
You know
just
what I'm
said it at the
saying?
right
It's
time.
things like that where it's like you can they actually do these rituals for real today. You know what I'm saying? And him, that like him, I am him, I am her,
Yeah,
I am they,
yeah,
I am there, even I am they and there. That's just very dangerous because that what that is giving access to another spirit entirely.
exactly.
I really feel bad for them people who be saying I am they, because I'm like, dang, you
I
don't
didn't even
know
hear
who
this.
you,
I don't hear this often.
you
I didn't even know
me
people.
either, bro.
You talking about the LGBTQ community?
Not even necessarily just them. Like there are people who are Jeez, he just spilled the apple juice. I'm just gonna ignore it for a minute. There are people who are heterosexual, bro, who claim to be they and them.
Right, right.
And I feel like that's scary because there was a man in the Bible who was possessed by a legion of spirits, a legion of demons. And a legion is like 1,000. You know what I'm saying? So like when you go out, like I'm never gonna go. Yeah, I am they. If I'm ever in a position where my mind is feeling like I am multiple personalities at once, I need to go see my pastor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah, for
Because
real.
there's
Before.
definitely something inside of me that's
You
not
better get
supposed to be inside.
baptized twice,
You feel me? There's something inside of me that shouldn't be inside
three
me.
times, four
Feel
times.
like, dog, and the people who just come into acceptance with that are just confused. They're very deceived, and there are things that have happened in their lives. You know what I'm saying? They even see things in their lives that they wouldn't necessarily speak to people about, that have made them come to the conclusion that they are multiple people and not just themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And I
And,
gotta add on to this point. I mean, like, I think y'all know how I feel about the devil. Like, how I feel about that entity or that energy and his soldiers. I think they're very weak. Like, I'm gonna continue to say this, but it's good to be aware of it. We already been through all these points, right? But I will say, like, a lot of us do have demons, and I think that it's our fear. No, I know it. I ain't gonna lie. I know it's the fear of that energy that helps them attach themselves to other people. Because there's a lot of people that I met at work, I met here, I met over here, but I'm able to like say certain things and remain with my spirit, and I notice their spirit is unlocking in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to do nothing. I just have to be that in a way. And I noticed that their spirit is like trying to get there or trying to like be at a certain, not even a point. It's not a really a point. It's just really like understand like what you do in the dark will come to light. So if you want to do
Hmm.
um good in the dark, and that's why I was atoning the other day. I think atonement is very important. That's what a lot of people need. And atonement, I think a lot of people probably misunderstand, but atonement is really just being completely honest with yourself, good, bad, evil, and all that. Because them demons just like to me personally, this is why I like you hear NBA young boys saying I got demons, and you probably do. I ain't gonna lie, but I don't give up on the human person because I know that them demons is just like it's like a parasite or like a leech. That's the best way. A leech on your skin. You just gotta pick that motherfucker off. But we're so afraid to pick that motherfucker off because we've been told so many different things, and it's like that's how they know how to latch on. To me personally, I'm not speaking for nobody else. And you know,
hey, look,
go
I,
ahead.
I fought. Let me add on to that because you're making solid points, right? And look, I'm be a young boy. Definitely has demons. You feel me? Like when I was making my music, this is how I found out that y'all just wait, okay? Y'all just wait to have babies. Right? I love my son to death. Babies are a blessing. They are gifts from the Lord. But boy, you can't do it by yourself. His mom is at work, and this boy is under my feet.
That's what. Hey,
Hey, I'm
you
gonna
gotta
put
do
some
what you
boots
gotta
on
do.
right now for you, dog, and then you gonna stop. All right, sit down and watch Puss in Boots.
You gotta put on the third
Okay.
one.
Huh?
You gotta put on the third one.
No, but we watching number one with Humpty Dumpty in it, bro. It's so funny, dog.
Oh. Yeah,
Hey, bro, this movie, man, I can't lie. If he was any older, I'll be making him wait. The movie crazy. Humpty Dumpty talking about. Do you have any idea what happens in San Ricardo prison? It ain't over easy. terrible, dog. Like, hey, yo, this movie's for the adults. But what's the name? Listen, when I was making music, bro. Okay, and I don't even remember what song it was specifically. I think it was So Far, but I mentioned something about how how I was battling demons.
Yeah.
One sec. Hey, Dad is on the phone. You need to please get up and go play. Okay, I can't keep wrestling with you. I love you. Go play. Go. Go. Go play. I know you want to wrestle. My boy is just wanting to play. But I have mentioned, that, you know, these demons was trying to do this, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And I was speaking on something for real because it was real. Like, even then, I knew who Jesus was and everything else like that, but that was the main problem for them. They didn't want me to have no kind of, you know, Christian, loyalty or anything like that.
Loyalty.
And I wasn't going that route, right? I was going a totally different route. And when you doing something that's like, when you doing things that are evil, bro, and it aligns with Satan's kingdom, what do you think? You really think the demon's not gonna want to be around you? Of course they're gonna want to be around you. So they start to come around you. You feel me? And then most of these dudes who be like really rapping about their demons and like really showing us who they are and like giving us names, like Beyonce talking about Sasha Fierce and whatnot. Like Beyonce grew up in the church, so she actually knows what she's doing, bro. And it's very scary to think about. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a whole nother story. Um, but boy, SK, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, dog. But what's the name? For somebody like Young Boy, he just don't know how to get rid of him properly. We can't just get rid of a demon. It's just gonna last. It's like they got more. They
See,
know.
no, I think that's a lack of faith, though, David. Because, like, truly, I think that faith over fear is true. I think a lot of people just don't practice it. Because me personally, I think you don't get rid of a demon. You stop feeding into the energy. It will leave on
That's
its own.
true. That's
To me personally.
Hey, stop. It will leave you alone if you stop feeding on or giving it energy to feed off of. You know what I'm saying? But demons are generational. They're not stupid. You know what I'm saying? These things have been around for thousands of years before we've even thought about it. You
Of
know what I'm
course.
saying? So we gotta understand, bro. One, it doesn't start with us. You're not the only one in your family who's experienced this kind of torment. You know what I'm saying? Or experience this certain position in your life where you feel like you're down bad or you're this, that, and the third. No. The reason why I say they're generational is because they know they stick around. You know what I'm saying? They choose a family. They stick around from the very beginning. Watch what y'all like. Watch your behaviors, things like
Yeah.
that. They're not dumb. Blood, is gonna like with the same thing. Their blood like. You know what I'm saying? Your kids are gonna like it. Your grandkids are gonna like it. These
But
people
that's
are
that's
gonna.
okay. Yeah, let me add this point. I get it. So it's like that's where a lot of people are chasing it, and you should not chase nothing. But you shouldn't chase generational or like breaking the curse or the black sheep. You are the black sheep, every single one of us. It depends on you. So it's like there was a very like masterful man that I listened to, and he was talking about the devil's expiration date was back in 1914. So we're eating from something that's old. That's why you see the world is the way it is today, and a lot of people are sick mentally. I don't get sick immunity. I don't even know when the last time I truly been sick out of like cold or flu. Even during COVID, I wasn't. I don't, that shit been since high school that I've truly been sick because I understood it off the bat. So it's like I said, like when we was in was that Malachi room at your house when we was doing a podcast, and I was like, basically, stop feeding into the energy. Don't evoke his name. Don't evoke it through your body. That's what I'm saying. So it's like everybody had, because I've had demons before, but I knew, you know what I mean? Like everybody, I ain't gonna say everybody, because you got some spiritual leaders out here. You got some Christians, you got some Muslims, you got Buddhists, you got certain people who are really like that and really understand like it's about principality, and they probably were never like that, but it is like that out here where
Ron.
when it comes to devils and like people who devalue other people. And that's the understanding. Like that's why I always refer to Blade. Is because like I understand both sides. But if you don't understand it, you're only looking from the devil as some red man or somebody who is trying to take over you. That's exactly what he wants.
Look,
Because
look,
he's going to.
look.
But
Would you? And
it's your willingness.
I've given this perspective before because I know you watch some of the same shows that I've watched, if not just one.
For sure.
Okay, so you seen Naruto?
Yes, sir.
When Madara was gonna fight that, like, you know that dude who flies, it's part of like the rock,
Earth Nation, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Kazi, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Well, remember when he was about to fight Madara, and Madara just looked at him and said, "You need to chill out, bro. 'Cause, like, just consider your life. You are weak. Okay,
Yeah.
don't do this. All
But
right, not again."
hence this though. He said it through his words, not his actions.
That's what I'm saying. But why
That's
do you
that
think
at
Madara
the
said it through his
beginning.
words? Because Madara was so arrogant as to know, like, bro, I could flick this dude and he'd die. I don't need to waste no time. I just need to. All I gotta do is speak words to this dude. He's not gonna move a muscle. He knows about my genjutsu. He knows about everything about me.
But that's I ain't gonna lie. That's in when you really understand the learning of what fighting is, and you learn like not just fighting physically, spiritually. When you learn the art of fighting, you start to understand people don't talk when they fight. Like Bruce
Yes,
Lee
but that's
is a different
yeah,
person.
but like, look, this is the point I'm trying to make. Demons are so if you're high level spiritual, they're coming after you. They're not wasting their time trying to expose themselves. No, listen.
No, I'm listening.
They will
What happened?
Bro, his
While
thing
he
just
off,
went off.
I'm gonna go pee real quick because
All
if I
right.
come back and I'm pretty sure if I come back, he gonna be right here.
I'm not sure if it went off for him either. Let me see.
Oh damn, he's right here. Oh, I'm wrong. Yes, I'm wrong.
All right, I'm back.
Click
I
it.
don't know what happened.
Oh, late, but got it.
Look. A pastor who knows how to really fight, like okay, so like a pastor not right now. One sec. A pastor who really knows how to fight a demon for real. You know what I'm saying? Like for real fight. You know what I'm saying? With the
Yeah,
power of God. You know what I mean? Like a demon knows that you can't fight him unless you use the power of God. So a pastor
right.
who knows how to really use the power of God to fight a demon, those demons are not running from that pastor.
So let me
No.
ask you this: how do you use the power of God?
Oh, easy, bro. Anytime. One, you gotta believe it. You gotta have faith. But anytime you use the name of Jesus, okay, a demon's head is gonna go straight erect like this, okay, and start looking around. But this is my thing. You usually won't see the demon. You can recognize its energy. You can feel its energy or through its presence through its energy, right?
I would say
That's
like
how
I
you
would
know.
say this. I would say this. The biggest thing that we have misconstrued is that every assumption you make about somebody else is a reflection of yourself. I know it might sound hard, but if you study it, you'll understand it. Not even studying through reading books. You have to just understand it. I don't know how I'm able to do this. It's God willing. I really don't know how. But I'm willing to say like I don't feel the energy of a lot of that no more. I used to. like depression, sadness, greed, gluttony, seven deadly sins, all these things, right? But we don't focus on being it, literally. So when you not being that, what I just said, but I'm saying being not even the opposite, but just being something that it's like what SK was talking about. The reason why is why when we was our last podcast when he was talking about like and we was confused on why he wasn't able to understand like the snake outside and why he ain't able to be aware of that because it's not in him. Do you get what I'm saying? So my understanding is seeing it from both of y'all parts because I like to understand before I just run off and be like, oh no, SK, you don't know what you're talking about, or Bernard, David, you don't know what you're talking about. It's being understandable, and I think that's what we lost, the lost art of understanding. But that creates wisdom in a way because when you really start to understand that every human being has a unique ownership of your own calm, unique talents, if you want to put it as cut. Um, So everybody knows in spirit, it's just your spirit has to rise up. You know what I mean? And what's in the middle of that, right here, or right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, is demons. And I think that's when you rise out of what we call that dirt, like a flower that just reblossomed or just was rose from the dead. Because a lot of people are dead out here walking dead, literally. Um, and what I mean by that is a lot of us, we still spread gossip for some reason, or we still do all these evil things that it's a simple rule that you just have to follow. And it might take years for some people, and but it took me for that rule, it took me probably like 3 months, but it's worth it every time. And I think we just don't follow rules that we don't understand until you're able to be that understanding, and then you'll understand. So that means Jesus is ahead of me because I had to understand something, but I'm understanding certain principalities that he left behind. I'm understanding certain principalities that Buddha left behind. I'm understanding that certain principalities that what some people call a law left behind because I don't see it as all one differentiating. I see it as God created all as a person. I think it be confusing me sometimes because I'm like, yo, happy spirit is right there. Like, you should be happy in every moment. Like literally, you really should. But if those demons are weighing you down, sometimes you have to question yourself, and sometimes you have to look at yourself and saying like, why is there something in me? Because you allowed them to. You created a parallel. Maybe you stole something. Maybe you lied to somebody. And I'm telling y'all, it might not seem like it, but lying to somebody is the worst thing you can do to your body. And I can't really explain it through words. I just know that's the case, and it's so normalized. But what I'm basically, to leave it on a concluded point, is that the demons within anybody is very able to be cleared up. It might be still, spiraling around Earth and waiting on somebody to attach to, like a leech, like I said, like a parasite, like something, like a fly or a maggot, right? And that's what they are. But it's so easy because, the girl might be afraid of that fly. The girl might be afraid of that. But why are they afraid of that? Because the man never took care of the business, getting over his fear or getting over fear in general, false evidence appearing to be real, facing their fears every day, doing what they got to do, no matter what. Oh, this person might judge me. Go see if they're going to judge you. Did they? No. So I'm wrong. So it's really like a process to, atonement. That's really what it is. But, um, I can't speak for other people. I can just speak for Tehran. I can't speak for, other people. But at the same time, your spirit is always calling on you. Like, you can't really sell your soul. You can convince your soul this. And if you choose to live life to 99 or 100 years old, still convincing yourself of a lie or pretending, because pretending is like having a tendency to do something. If you have a tendency to lie, you will be a liar. Or you have a tendency, any one of those 10 commandments, literally, like any one of them. But if you have a tendency to do the opposite of that, you're not looking at what was given to you to follow, regardless if you understand or not, because the understanding comes after you have done it. And sometimes that's scary because it's like, I don't know. I can't see it. I can't imagine it. I can't fathom it. But like that door is not a door. It's something you just literally have to walk through. But it's been so many years through movies, through music, through all this other shit. People who own this shit, who approve whether this movie or the music come out at all just by listening to its rhythm. That's it. By saying like, okay, if I feed this into somebody, I'm feeding myself into somebody. So Teron be in here like I know how to be in silence. I know how to take away from the television. I know how to take away from music. You know what I mean? I know how to take away from other people sitting out here gossiping about other people, because I truly do believe at the beginning there was a word and the word was God. But I think a lot of us misconstrue that, and it took me a long time to understand this point. I'm not, the person who understands every single Bible verse that's in the Bible, but I truly know and understand completely, 100%, 1,000%. I bet $1 million. At the beginning there was the word. We forgot the action behind the word. Because if I say Shabakaboop, no one knows what that means. If I say running, that came from action first. That's what we forget. At the beginning, there was the word, and the word was God. Imagine God here alone right now, and he chose to create something. Whether it was whatever you want, whatever act, whatever word you can really think of. Like, okay, I'm about to go play basketball. And not saying God did, but I'm saying like, I'm about to go play basketball. If you say that without action, it doesn't mean nothing. But if you provide the action, origin, origin, at the beginning there was a word. You build that action and then you say it. You should utilize your life every day like that. It's like writing a story and then titling the Bible. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't think God said the Bible and then made the story. And I think a lot of us truly think that sometimes you gotta wait on somebody, but the spirits that everybody has a spirit, and sometimes when you follow somebody too much, you will become that spirit. I don't know why, but I do know that that's the case, because I fell into the Travis Scott spirit. You know what I mean? I want to be like him. I'm looking at Butterfly Effect on my TV. I'm looking at him, he cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be like him. I got the Travis Scott braids. Why am I calling it the Travis Scott braids? Why can't it just be braids?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cut my hair. You know what I'm saying? I guess that was my baptism in a way. And man, my life has been blessed ever since then. So I would just say, like, your happiness is living within you. It's just that certain spirits, we really don't really have to be afraid of them. The God of deception is out here. So he knows how to, through videos and understanding that somebody who edit my own videos, is like understanding like perception. It's really like that perception. Each point going on from videos or a music video, from the second it changes to Travis Scott is in the car and then Travis Scott is now with bitches. It's creating a rhythm. Literally, that's why they call it the algorithm. You know what I mean? So I think creating your own rhythm of life, like the ladder I was talking about, is what's important now. But I think the fear is, I was telling SK, like, I think it was on live StreamYard. I was like, bro, the door is right there. You're just afraid to say fuck the door and create your own. Like when you was talking about your arsenal, I was like telling you, like, bro, it's right there. It's literally right there. Just stop. Even if you're afraid, do it afraid. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. Fear, or the adrenaline that goes through the body, is somebody, whether it's reincarnation or whatever, it's some spirit trying to say, I want to live twice through you, through a human body. You know what I mean? Not saying you've been possessed, not you personally. I'm just saying, like, adrenaline is adrenaline, not adrenaline. Adrenaline is what you feel when you're afraid. False evidence appearing to be real. So I would say they're still floating around, but they cannot harm you, because the more you act like this, or whether it's the Ten Commandments, whether it's Dukido, a part of Miyamoto Musashi during his time as a Japanese swordsman, and understanding the art of peace, understanding the art of happiness, understanding that, whether it's principality, it's order in motion, literally. So I think the order, Christianity got it, but they don't have no help because they don't have motion within the order. And that's some people. Not saying y'all. I'm saying that's some people. They don't have no motion. That's why you hence today in people's spirits, they're calling upon it. I got motion. You don't got motion. Because if you had it, you wouldn't even say nothing. Because motion is quiet. And then you got order. Nope, dial. First of all, I think a lot of us should do this, and I know it's hard. Honor thy father, thy mother. Then you understand your mother more, you understand your father more, you understand your upbringing more, you understand your roots more. You know what I'm saying? Too much motion without order can lead to what? Do as thou will. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to. Fuck y'all. I'm gonna rape this baby. God willing, I'm sorry for saying this. I'm gonna rape this baby. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make sure they like this. I'm gonna make sure. Do as I will. The Fire Nation, like I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? In my sense, I'm not gonna speak for anybody else at all. So, God willing. But I'm saying, like, yeah, the motion plus the order is what creates what a lot of people are missing. It's just some people got into the motion, understanding airways, like we talked about before. And it's so many, like, airlock. And I just was watching a video where I'm looking at this interviewer. And I'm like, oh, he's part of the airways only. He don't understand order is the most structural. You can't control that. Like, if you look at two trees next to each other, it's in order. Look at a forest, it's in order. Did I create it? Did Tehran create it? No. But I'm going to listen through what's right here in front of me. Order. Christianity got the best. I ain't going to lie. So that's why I look at, certain things, commandments. Somebody command me to do something. I don't know why. I just do it. And then I'm like, oh, like, that's why. And then I'm like, oh, he's trying to bring earth back. Jesus Christ, I'm talking about. He's trying to bring earth back together in unison. But he can't always be here for a certain person. He's trying to live through everybody. He don't believe in, truthfully, and I might be wrong, but he don't believe in you got to follow the teacher answers only. He doesn't believe in, because you got creators, you got artists through their heart. You know what I mean? That's God's creation. He doesn't believe in you got to listen to any humankind only. He is the Spirit, the Holy Spirit. And I would like to say, out of respect, I'm going to say this, Holy, the Holy Spirit. But sometimes I like to say the Holy Spirit. Like, he is that one. And I think just following what we call his footsteps, but I would say it's way harder because he didn't live through 2025. He lived through, we got movies like Passion of the Christ, but y'all know better than I do about that time point. But I think it's just about understanding that somebody here really embodied God. That's why he was a child of God. Like, you don't, if a child of another animal, like a lion to a cub, it's still a lion. You know what I mean? So, like, when God made Jesus his child, you're still gonna be a God in a way, but you're not the God. And I think we get too far handed into this space of, like, I got it all. And I think, I know, I ain't gonna lie, that's where the demons come in. But the angels that we talk about protects you once you not call upon them literally. You have to be that in it. You have to be that. So, like, you don't see them, but you dream about them. Man, my dreams has been good. I don't even remember last time I had a bad dream or, like, no demonic shit, because I stand on this every day. So when I sleep, I'm ready to wake up. I'm like, damn, that shit, I ain't. Like, that shit was good, because you have to be that energy. Like, the ticket to heaven is being that energy in order to understand heaven from afar and be like, all right, when I die, I know I'm going there. And I think that's where I truly came to a realization, is that, bro, I'm telling y'all, stop feeding into some evil shit. And if you are, atone. If you don't know what atonement is, you're gonna end up understanding it, because the human spirit, or what Jesus Christ left behind, is in you, bro. No matter what other people say, like, it's in you. You can't beat him, but he gave you, like, them soccer training tryouts, and then you became like Ronaldo, or you became like Steph Curry. Because Steph Curry, not saying they're Jesus, but you know what I'm saying, like, Steph Curry was teaching me how to set my feet in a certain way, go straight up, and I shot the shot, and I kept practicing, and now at this point, niggas comparing me to Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you want to use that same practicality, or like practicing, or practiceness in a way, towards, certain. Like I said, I think Christianity. Now I study all religions, and I think Christianity has got the strongest order. Just people don't really follow it. You know what I mean? You can't really say that you're a Christian if you out here still lying to people, and it's hard. And it's hard. It's so easy to lie. I'm not sitting here out here and saying that I was a
So
perfect person. I'm not sitting out here and saying I'm the perfect person that told the truth always, but that'd be a lie. You know what I'm saying? If I said, "Nah, I lied at this point," I ain't gonna lie. I lied. That's the truth. The truth will set you free. Free from what? Demons. It's easy. It's just we don't follow certain ancient history for real. Because in today's time, it's seen as you're lame or whatever. I don't know what was going through other people's mind, but I truly do believe you have to embody certain characteristics. You can't be him, but you can be like him. If we're gonna try to be like Travis Scott or be like Money Man or be like uh fucking who else? Lil Durk, buying gun or Kyson that you wouldn't you want to be like that one that people call upon. So I think
literally,
everybody at they different level. I don't even know all the 10 commandments, but I would say thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not steal, honor thy father, thy mother has made my life completely different in a way. So you know what I mean? It's just really to me it's really just practicing it, and that happiness is waiting on you because Jesus never gave up on. He's really trying to call people through us. Like he's trying to tell you, like whether you might be like, damn, that was a sign. Damn, that was a sign. Do it, follow it. Sometimes it might be scary. It get dark. It's supposed to get dark. Fuck the darkness, because guess what? It's gonna be some light in that darkness. You know what I mean? But I've practiced this for years now. I would say like at Amazon, when I was on Amazon, that was really me just setting up base for me to practice. This person might be looking at me like this. I'm in the country, like this person racist. Let me go see if they're racist. Are they looking me in my eye? Are they respecting me? Are they doing this? So I'm wrong. Move on. It's the facing of your fears that's gonna create that lesson of adrenaline within your body to the point, I don't know, on some Scooby Doo shit, all these spirits flying around that can be like, all right, that's a match. You want to make your match to an energy that like maybe it was people but beyond our time, angels that live beyond our time. That'd be like, oh damn, I'm gonna get right here next to him because that's my match. You know what I'm saying? But it's we don't want to practice nothing. We just want to talk and we just want to say things, but I think you have to practice what you preach. And like I said, everything isn't really an ancient history from your parents, and that's honoring like father, like mother. Like my mother told me, practice what you preach. I didn't understand it as a young, and I'm like, yeah. Nowadays, I'm like, no, for real, practice what you preach. That's literally telling the truth. You know what I mean? So,
I have a thing about that though. The
go ahead.
practice what you preach thing. What's it called? I don't think you should just. I don't think you that should be the message as far as
No, it's
because
not a message.
what are you getting that practice from? What is that practice? What can this practice do for me? What can this practice do for
That's what
others?
I'm saying. Here's the question you just asked. What does it do for you? Isn't that selfish? What does it do for
Not
you?
exactly.
You
Not
just said
exact
it.
because
You just said it. You just said it. You just said that. What does it do for
yeah,
me?
what does it do for me? As far
Right.
as
That's what I'm saying.
okay,
So it's
as far
that's
as not for only
selfish.
me, I'm saying others as far as because I'm amongst a bunch of others. So yes, specifically me because I can only speak for myself. But can this help me as far as others too? Not in a selfish way, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying
but I
outside
think
of
you help
yourself.
others through your spirit alone. Cause look, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all don't gotta believe me. You gotta trust me. But it's been multiple people that I've been around, even including my own mama. It's been multiple people that I've been around. I'm like, okay, I just got to keep an righteous spirit, and something's gonna happen. You got to be what you want to see in the world, and I guarantee you, I swear to God, every single time I notice their spirit shift like this. Every single person, even the people that I work with that are hood niggas. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Hood niggas. So it's like I was with Devontae. Y'all don't know him, but like somebody that I work with, he's from the hood. He ain't gonna watch this. He's from the hood. I shifted his spirit quick just by being me. He's complaining, he's doing all these other things just by being me. Just by being me. I shifted
I hear
his.
you,
You know what I'm saying?
but
So it's not it's,
I
it's
would
I
call
think I think a lot of us don't like to be a worker of Jesus Christ. We want to
yes.
A lot of us secretly want to understand them completely, and it's not about that. That's why I command you to do something. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So
Go
the
ahead, go
message
ahead, go
should
ahead.
be follow Jesus Christ, not just
Huh?
practice what you preach. There's a lot of people. What Adolf, you want people to do
Yeah, but
what
that's what
Adolf
I'm
said
saying.
real
Let's get
quick?
back down to the point. I mean, practice what you preach is just meaning because I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Jesus Christ. So if you practice what you preach, it's meaning like if I say thou shalt not lie, but I go out here and start lying, I'm not practicing what I preach. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm
No, I
preaching
get that, but I'm
and
saying
I
I don't
practice
think
it,
that should be a message. Practice what you preach. I think it should
no, it's
just
not
be
it's not the
follow Jesus
message, but
Christ.
it is a message. It is.
I don't think that should be a message at all.
That's cool.
I don't think it should.
That's cool. But that makes
But
I ain't gonna
anyway,
lie.
I do
Okay,
want
let me
to.
ask you this question. Let me ask you this question.
What's up?
What happens in the long run when someone doesn't, let's say your girl doesn't practice what she preach. She tells you, I'm a Christian, I'm all that, but behind the scenes, I'm really a devil. So I don't practice what I preach. Would you still date that girl?
Stop playing with me.
No,
No.
I
That,
I know
that,
I
that,
wouldn't, but I don't think you're saying. I don't think you're getting where I'm coming from. Practice what you. Okay, let's say.
go
Okay,
ahead, go ahead.
that's different. That's lying.
Do better.
Because okay, let's say she did preach what she actually was. Would I want her to practice that? No. So why would you say? I just wouldn't tell somebody to
Why
practice what
wouldn't
you
you?
preach
So you
because
would
that's
rather
not
be lied to. That's what you're saying? You'd rather be
no.
lied to?
I was just saying. Let's say if she did come out full front as what she did,
Yeah.
she does all that dark stuff. Or like let's say she come up to me and say, "Oh, I'm a dark girl," and
Yeah.
preach that and try to tell
But you
other
know,
people
you
and try to
gotta, I
convince
ain't
them.
gonna lie. To me personally, this has nothing to do with Jesus Christ. Out of Jesus Christ's name, I don't mean to disrespect you. Turn a hoe into a housewife. Forgiveness. It's hard. It's hard nowadays. It's very rare. But I would say that. And go ahead though. Go ahead.
Oh, I disagree with that one too. That kind of leading to kind of to our next topic though.
Yeah, go ahead.
But Loki, let me get this out the way so we can go to our next topic because Loki, y'all kind of saw what the next topic was, so we're gonna kind of get into that realm
Yeah,
anyway.
I talked a lot. So
But what's it called? The Him trailer, I think it looked like a Jordan Peele movie, just the overall esque and vibe of it. It got like that creepy horrorness to it. I'm kind of getting my movie bag right now. Monkey
yeah.
Paw Production. Like I guess I don't know. Like I never seen that production company. I think they might have did his other films. That might be his Jordan Peele's. I don't know, but we got to do some research on that. But I'll say I'm gonna go watch it too. I'm gonna watch this, but I'll say clearly the message is going to try to be something about as a kid he was taught to go in this mentality and direction, but he always probably had good morals about going about it. So obviously when he went up
Yeah.
in there, I don't know. The trailer seemed, I don't know. The vibe just seemed like it's too cliche, but not in a bad way. It's just cliche as far as the human can get it like that. Anybody can just get it like that. But
Yeah, nah.
I don't know. And then it's kind of like, okay, then there's big leagues. This is what you got to do for the big leagues, and da da da. It really now seeing it. It remind me of this movie called Burning Sands. If y'all never heard or saw
I've
it,
heard of
it's
it, never
about
seen it. I heard of it,
so
never
it's
seen
about like a college sorority thing. These new freshmen try to come in, get into this college sorority, and obviously y'all hear about the what they call them, the little trunk, whatever the little thing, the what they call them, what's some shit's called? They had to go through. Y'all know the little interval things they got to go through in order to be down with the what's it called? And it got serious to the point where one of the group of the rookies, the freshmen that came in, died from whatever went on. Not to get
What's
too
it
much in
called?
there.
It's called
I want to say rich. It's not a ritual, but
it's
it's
what
like
is
an
it?
interval of things you got to do. I forgot.
Like an initiation.
Initiation. There we go. Yeah. And then, but like that's what it kind of remind me of. It's kind of like, okay, these are things to kind of get initiated into this team,
it.
this
And that's what
group,
makes
this
it evil. Go ahead, my bad, my bad. Go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, and that's what make it evil. And I don't know. And it clearly, like one of the main things that's like clear of something that's evil for you is if it's clearly breaking you down. I'm pretty sure we don't want footballs getting smacked in our face to we're bleeding
Bro,
Right.
through our
It's
skull. You feel me?
clearly
So it's
satanic.
just like, yeah. So it's just like one of those things like I'm exiting. Goodbye. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about the papers. Send them through
no,
my mail.
seriously.
It's not skip that. Let me
Go
just
ahead,
leave.
David,
You
because
know what I'm
I don't
saying? I'm
wanna. Go
cool.
ahead. Go
I'm
ahead, David.
cool.
That's exactly what I was trying to say. SK basically is, you nailed it, bro. Like the movie, definitely touches base on, you know, the 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 initiation, the route, of the initiation and what
Yeah,
to do in order to become this successful football player. And it's just a bunch of Satanism. It's like, whoa. Okay, so if he engages in this, he's gonna become just like the professional football player that he grew up worshiping. Like that's the point of this. Dang, that's basically the same thing the devil was doing and wanted to do, and he's just giving us access to it in the world because he knows that there's such thing as heaven and hell. So if you do something that ultimately defiles your person as a human being and takes your spot away from you in heaven, then he's happy about it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
Okay, let me ask you
doing
this.
it
I'm not disagreeing at all. Let me ask you this. Why do you think he does that?
because he knows that humans ultimately have a very selfish, you know, way about them when they don't.
Why though? Where is that spirit? Like before, like we get into like, because you probably understand like the biblical nature more than I do, right? I'm saying, why do you think he is like this in this world? Why hasn't he died off? Is it because?
Oh,
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
hates us, bro. The devil, the Lucifer is our biggest op. He doesn't want to go nowhere until Armageddon. All right, period. Armageddon is his battle. It's his battle. He's the one
yeah.
preparing all of this right
So,
now.
so my bad, Dave. I don't mean to keep going you off, but this
Go
is
ahead,
like,
go ahead.
but do you believe in? It's not me disagreeing. It's literally me being curious. Do you believe in like what was it called? The saying of the devil has infiltrated all that is humankind.
Yup,
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
including the church.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's
You know
why.
how
Like,
one of his
yeah. Yeah.
what he did to really, really, really ruin us? He made church and state combined.
Church
Yep.
and what?
He combined church and state.
Explain that. I don't know what you mean.
Lucifer,
Like
okay,
politics
the way
and
the world
laws
used
and
to
whatnot.
run was
Okay. Okay.
look, there was the government and then there was spirit, okay? And they were different, two different things. The way the world is ran today, government and spirit are tied in. The Pope is a part of the government. Christianity is a
Hmm.
part of the government. Islam is a part of the government over in the Middle East and
Mm-hmm.
in African nations too. Um, you've got Hinduism that's a part of the government in India. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
Buddhism
Yeah.
at
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
some
Yeah.
point a part of the government and probably still is a part of the government in some parts of the world. Okay. And frankly, bro,
That's good.
he knew that if he was able to get us to combine the two, it was going to cause a bunch of confusion. It was going to get a lot of men who were in higher places of power to make decisions that were not correct, that weren't godly at all. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, the Catholics run around persecuting people who weren't Catholic and killing them.
Go
Like,
ahead. Go ahead.
you know what I'm saying? You have martyrs even in the Christian religion, bro. We had the Crusaders where it was like, bro, in the sometime in the medieval ages, okay, 1500, 1600, 17, maybe 14. But either way, we had the Crusaders, and Crusaders were Christians. They went around Europe killing you if you were not a Christian, if you didn't believe in God, Jesus, okay, they would kill you.
Mm.
So
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, bro, like that was SK. Did you know that? Yes, bro. Like we had Crusaders at some point. Now there are no longer Crusaders. Okay, that was all clear. We had Christians who were properly, you know, trained by the Lord come and completely debunk all of that and get rid of those Crusaders because they weren't moving through. They were moving through their own will. That's not what Jesus wanted
Do
to
as
do.
thou wilt.
Yeah, Jesus did what yeah, but like they
Do as
thought
thou
that
wilt.
they were doing what God wanted them to do by like removing people who didn't believe in God. But that's not what God chose them to do. God does not even require anyone. God does not require a soul on this planet to go remove another soul because they don't believe in him. You are allowed to not
I
believe in
agree.
God because he's not about to, strike you down because you don't believe in him. He's not. He's going to let you live your life. And if that's the case, then he does not require anyone else who does believe in him to go kill the person who does it. You know what I'm saying? That's not the truth. So, that's why there are no more crusaders, and there shouldn't be any like any Islamic bombers or anything like that. There should be no Hindu
Yeah.
bomb or Buddhist bomb or anything like that, bro. Because
I'm gonna add on to this point. And you can
go
keep
ahead,
going after me.
go ahead.
This is short. It's short. This is what I talk about is and it makes me upset, but I'm gonna get right. Um, a lot of the times, well, I know for a fact, the devil is the one who devalues. So to devalue somebody, I can give y'all an example. Like I gave y'all this example before. So to devalue somebody is like if I said David is a non-Christian, I don't know, and I pass that on through uh, SK, and then SK go tell our other friends, and then our other friends go tell everybody else that David is a non-Christian. I'm devaluing him because he's standing like I know I am. I go to church every Sunday, but us devaluing him and not understanding and passing along that information of the original person or somebody who understands David. That's what I'm saying. The original
Right.
person who said that I am that, like, or I am a Christian, or I am like whatever he believes, like, but you know what I'm saying? It's just the example of it. And I passed it on. I'm like, nah, he lying. I'm gonna tell everybody else. Gossip. Y'all get what I'm saying? It's devaluing somebody. So like when I look at Islam, I think a lot of people, I give y'all a couple brothers to look at. It's gonna change your life because they believe in Christianity and like Muslim is like cousins in a way. Like they're really one. It's just two different ways to say it. I swear to God, it's gonna change your life. But I give y'all a couple brothers like Nuri Muhammad, Rizza Islam. I would look at Rizza Islam first. But it's a couple brothers, meaning like black people. I don't mean to be racist, but like black people in the Nation of Islam who understands that every religion has been devalued. What that brother did in that church when he asked everybody to stay there, what was his name? And he closed the doors.
Marvin Sapp.
That's devaluing Christianity. That's
Yeah.
devaluing it. Because of course we want this church to stand. It's a holy place. This is our place to be holy. Of course we want it to stand. But you out here saying that it could be it can spread like a disease. Do you get what I'm saying? So the devil is not really seen for real. It's in spirit. You get what I'm saying? Like he lives in spirit hiding through other people's spirits. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna take that. Somebody else on TikTok might take that and be like, I'm spiritual. I'm gonna do my meditations, affirmations, and all that. Y'all know how that shit go. And then somebody else might look at it as like, well, that's not what I learned in my church. That's not what I learned through my holy place in my family, my upbringing. But sometimes we don't understand that the devil has devalued all of that. He's not somebody who is like, I want to be seen. He wants to be the unseen nature that is life. It's really up to us to really get back to the roots of certain things. The roots of certain things that help you understand, like, yeah, he's devaluing all of it. Every single religion. Like the bombing. Ain't no fucking president part of the Nation of Islam if y'all really like watch these interviews and shit. It's really like that. And I'm not even Islam because I still eat pork. So I can't even say that. That's why I said like I can't call myself a Christian because I haven't followed all of the commandments or I haven't been what I mean? I want to be imperfectly perfect for it in order for me to vibrate the words. And then I know that I am that. You know what I
But
mean?
you are.
So
What if I tell you? And when
go
David
ahead.
come back, he gonna if he not there.
Hear you.
But I want to say the Bible already tell you were imperfectly perfect. God already said
That's
you.
what that it can tell you something, but you have to still be calm. Because I can tell you, brother, I can tell you that, you know what, Kroger is crowded. But if you go and it's empty, you gonna believe in my word? You gonna believe in my word? No.
I mean, I don't
You
believe.
gonna
I ain't gonna say I
believe
don't
in
believe no
what
man, but
you
I
gonna
don't
believe in
listen.
what you're seeing. You gonna believe in what you're experiencing at the moment. So I can pretend and be like, hey bro, I already been there. Don't go over there. But you go over there and you be like, no, that's not my experience. That wasn't my experience. I can devalue and be like, no, you just stupid. You didn't see it the way I seen it. It's devaluing you.
Hmm.
Devil. You know what I'm saying? But if I look at it and be like, nah, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he just got a different experience upon something that is not according to Quran. It's according to spirit alone. And sometimes it's scary because when you say spirit alone, that can be anything. But I think it's the practice, like I said, of principality that is lost today. You know what I mean? It's very much lost, and a lot of people, I don't know where you're going after death. I can't talk for you. But sometimes I swear to God, I was in Amazon. I'm like, I've had a high spirit all day. You know what I mean? A very high spirit. Like everything that I'm thinking of, like, and this shit coming to me. Like people are meeting me, being happy. Like I guess you call it attraction, but I didn't even mean to. Like it wasn't my intent. It was just like me being a spirit, and then other people who, in tune to that spirit, came to me. So I think it's really the lack that we have is trusting, because trusting mean you can't see it through your five senses. So it's scary. That's why a lot of times we try to map out shit. Okay, this is how I'm gonna do this. This is how you over sharpen your sword before you go into battle, and then wonder why that shit broke. And then now you get mad. Man, Taco Bell line too long. Or whatever it is. Well, why did you expect it to be short? Do you own it? Do you control it? No. You know what I mean? So I think it's controlling the brain, first off. Because one of y'all said, I forgot who said it, but one of y'all said that the spirit was the brain. I disagree with this. I said the spirit is the mind, and the mind is all of your organism. And to really understand that, it's like I'm really here as like a server, and like people liking my stories, and people
You
that's
ever seen a
older than
brain
me.
dead person though?
Huh? What'd you say?
You ever seen a brain dead person? They call them like vegetable state.
I never heard of the vegetable state, but I heard of the brain dead. Yeah.
Like literally, people can't move. Like shot, paralyzed in the back. Not even
Yeah.
like that. I'll even say like they fall, hit their head. They kind of look. You feel me?
Yeah. Just like I do, because I was delivering for Amazon. I was in Utica, Michigan. I'm walking into Puff Factory. They had a Puff Factory out there, and I'm walking in delivering something. I'm not even trying to get weed. I'm literally delivering weed or delivering something. I don't think it was weed because it's Amazon, but I'm delivering something, and I just look into this black woman's eyes. I'm just like, she's dead, living. She's dead though, but like, 'cause I could tell, like her hair was fucked up. Her only priority was getting that weed, obviously. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And it's like, I'm not saying that. Obviously, I smoke weed, or I don't do it heavily now. I only smoke with like y'all or somebody that I work with. But I wouldn't say it's the devil's lettuce, but I think it's how you control it, because it is a psychological thing. It is something that will open up your neural connections in your brain, and once you open up that door, anybody can walk in. That's how I see it in a spiritual sense. But I think, don't be too scared. You know what I mean? But if you are scared, don't be scared that you're scared. You just have to walk through and be like, okay, maybe that's not what I thought it was. I'm telling y'all, that's really how it is. And I don't know why. I just finally understood it at a certain point where it's like, I might, you know what I mean? SK might be better than me, and he is better than me in production and music production. Of course, fucking David is better than me in soccer and understanding the fundamentals of soccer. You get what I'm saying? I think we get too far into this thing, like human beings being like better than each other. I truly do, and I mean it is what it is. But yeah, I think it's the spirit of God, and I think a lot of people, like I said, it's been so devalued that a lot of people just think that I can just be out here and do whatever that I want. I can still like kill somebody, then go to church afterwards, and then kill somebody again. Now, if you kill somebody, go to church, get baptized, and then you stop doing it for the rest of your life, it's a different story. But a lot of people utilizing that energy, it's just, no matter what, I'm going to head into a direction of heaven, but you're disrespecting what heaven is.
And just to let you know, you ain't even got to
But
do all that. You ain't got to get baptized or go to church
yeah, I know.
in
I'm
order to go to
saying like
heaven.
in a minimalized sense of like whatever people think
You
they
ain't
have to
got to.
do to, well, whatever people think they have to do to be forgiven. And I think y'all make it we y'all make it too hard. I can't say we no more, because I don't make that shit too hard, because I'm like, bro, at the end of the day, God will forgive you. You just have to forgive yourself, because he's talking through you.
And what's
He's trying.
crazy is he already
Go ahead.
forgave you. That's what Jesus died on the cross for. That was the forgiveness.
But
You
that's
got
what
to
I'm saying.
claim
But
it.
in today's
That's how it
time, that's
works.
what I'm saying. In today's time, how many people really truly do believe that? Where are they? They're lost.
I think it's not there because it's not taught that. A lot of people don't understand. You don't have
But
to
then
go
you got, I ain't
5
gonna
years
lie,
of
you
doing this
got
in order
certain.
for Jesus Christ to love you. It's already
But then you
there.
got
You got to
certain.
claim it and walk in it.
But then you got certain warriors out here who ain't gonna listen at all. They're visual learners. But to disrespect them is basically saying you can't be something different in life. You're ahead of me with understanding that shit. I don't understand like warriorism. I don't understand how to be flexible. Certain people are naturally that. You know what I mean? So when I understood, they respect me. Like literally niggas that I'm at work with, because niggas in the hoods are warriors. They have to figure shit out. Different how, same what, I like to call it. Different how, same what, meaning, damn, I thought this was going to be the way that I wanted it to be, but it's not. Am I going to stop or am I going to win? You know what I'm saying? Innovation, in a way. I had to understand innovation. I'm not from the hood deeply. I'm from the hood. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the hood as a youngin', but I got the blessing of being in Oak Park. The middle ground. If you go over here, it's the suburb. If you go over here, it's the hood. So what did I choose to do? Instead of saying, why is people in the suburbs calling them niggers, or the country, respectfully son, calling them niggers when they never been to the hood? And why is people in the hood calling them crackers when they never been to the country? Let me go to both. Understanding, logic before imagination. Because imagination without logic is basically the demons that we're talking about.
David, chime in whenever you need to, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
We about to transition to the next topic, but if you want to say something, anything you heard that sparked anything from what we said, go ahead.
I don't
Yeah.
want to talk too much.
Oh, we gonna talk a lot. That's the whole thing.
That's why I want y'all to talk. I don't want.
Bro,
You
it's
can
good.
disagree. You can do whatever you got to do. I just, y'all know how I am. Like, just what it is.
No, I get it. I get it. I think it's we're just all philosophers, and it. I don't know. It's good for us to have separate opinions, but you don't want to just like sit and like debate each other to death. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm that's like a big part of the reason why I was willing to just sit and kind of listen, especially to YouTube. Cause it's like, okay, your points of view are very interesting. I get most of all of my information and points straight from the word. Period. I don't care about anything else, bro. Like, I just ordered the Book of Enoch just to read it because we know that it was taken out of the Bible a long time ago. And I just want to know what the information is. Now, I agree with the Book of Enoch being taken out of the Bible. I do. But there are some things in the Book of Enoch, just like there are things in the Book of Moses, okay, that do correlate with the Bible and are true. So I just wanted to read it to get some context. But, and that's a bit off topic, but on topic. But my whole point is like everything that I get is straight from the Bible. And, the if in my heart I believe and I know and believe that you know the Bible is 100% facts. Okay,
Yeah.
then I might hear something
Excuse me.
you or SK or anybody, bro, Grayson, Chrissy, whoever. Shoot, and these are all people I've been talking to recently. Yeah,
First off, the last name you said, I don't know why. Why you listening to him? Like, that's what Josh
because
told me. After
you're
what you
hilarious, so you're funny.
man,
But
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
it's just because, bro, like. Listen, if Jesus is willing to heal a blind man who has nothing on the streets, why should I turn Ann away? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
don't
saying?
turn them away. That's not what I'm
That's
saying. I'm just
yeah,
saying
yeah,
it's
I get
certain.
what you're saying, but
Yeah.
even like his mindset, where it's like, bro, Jesus literally has. There's a verse in the Bible where Jesus says, "How long will I have to put up with these people?" Okay, I'm sick of it. All I'm doing is sitting here teaching them, showing them miracles, being nice, giving them any and every bit of information, knowledge that they need, showing them supernatural ability, and they are still stupid. How does this make any sense, bro? Like I'm confused. How long do I gotta be down here? Even Jesus got annoyed with us at some point. Even some of the smartest people in the world who Jesus interacted with, he said, man, they are dumb. They are stupid. Okay. and yet he still continued to stay down there to the point where literally he gave his life for the entire world. You know what I'm saying? And his irritation. So it's like, yeah, Anthony might spill out and like, if you watch this, I love you. Okay, don't think that I don't love you.
Nah, he know what I said. He
But
texted
like,
me.
you know
Yeah,
what
go
I'm
ahead.
saying?
You know what
But
I
I'm
said.
just saying, just to make the point, you know what I'm saying? It's like, even if Anthony spews out something that's crazy, you know what I'm saying, and it's totally against what I believe and everything, I'm willing to go through it just for the simple fact that I know that God has power to work in Anthony's heart through, me being an example to him. And if I decide, Anthony be spewing out too much ignorance, I'm just not even gonna waste my time and let that
Like,
go.
I don't even want to keep saying his name, but that's what I say. I
But
say,
it is just in general. Like, you know what? You're right. You're right. If anybody, bro. If it was anybody, period, point blank, I'ma just say, okay, it is what it is, because you know what? Yeah, I mentioned Anthony's name, bro. I'm just throw all of y'all out there, bro.
go ahead.
All of y'all have said something ignorant as heck to me, bro. And I've been like, hold up, did you read the book of Matthew? Did you read Genesis? Did you read Exodus?
So, what's your definition of ignorant?
If so, this is it. Ready?
Of course.
Technically, ignorance is doing something without knowing, you know what I'm saying, what it means. Saying something without knowing what it means.
That's
Doing
exactly
something
what
without
ignorant.
knowing, and doing something without knowing, what the outcome is gonna be. That's ignorant. You know what I'm saying? So speaking on something you don't really know about, that's ignorant. Um, Look,
Go ahead.
that's why I study the Bible so much, because I cannot. If I start
Alrighty. I'm just gonna
to
wait.
God, He's not gonna. I study and I study hard. I make sure that I retain knowledge so that, when someone has a question or something pops up, things pop up that are weird to me and it looks strange, I know what the answer is. I know where to go. I go to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I feel like, you know, the devil's biggest goal is to make us all ignorant. Okay, God literally says in the Bible, the Lord says, I will not allow you to be ignorant of Satan's devices. Okay, that's why when y'all hear me talking about how he's in the movies, he's in the TV shows, he's
He's a,
you know
go
what
ahead. Go
I'm saying,
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
he hangs out with our people in higher places of power. He what's his name, resides within the curriculums even in our schools and things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's colleges as well. Whole professors be teaching Luciferian philosophy. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, yo, look, I'm telling you, bro, God is not gonna let his real child be ignorant of something like that. That's why I read my Bible and know of all of those
Let
things.
me add this. Let me add this on to your point. If you don't mind me
Go
interrupting.
ahead, go ahead.
Schooling. What I learned about schooling. No, I know it. I'm tired of like trying to pretend, but like I really do know it. Like this is like that's all I be doing. Like realistically, that's why y'all know I've been gone in my own world. But the so schooling. That's where it really all starts. Basically, I'm taking your child who doesn't know anything, and I'm infiltrating information. So why do we say in today's time, we don't use none of the shit that we learned in school? It wasn't about the what. It was about the how you learned. It was about the rhythm. I keep saying this. If I teach you that listen to this person or you get an F, I'm preparing you for what? Jobs. Listen to this person or you get fired. I'm creating a rhythm for you. Instead of the beat being, the beat is going to be repetitiveness. I already got you. Because guess what? I already created a rhythm in your life where it wasn't about what y'all fucking learned at all. It wasn't about 2 plus 2 equals 4. It was about listen to the teacher or you're wrong. Hence today's world. Why do we all feel stuck? Why does everything feel watered down? On TikTok, if you go on TikTok, a lot of people just repeating the same shit, repeating the same trends. Why are they doing that? Because we were trained in the mind to think. Listen to the first one, the originator, and that could be anybody. It's dangerous. Because the originator could be saying, fuck all these hoes. Guess what happens? I just broke up with my girlfriend. What should I do? The unknown. step into that person and that person is right there when you in that darkness and they telling you this is what you should do. That's when you embody a spirit that's not of your own. As if God created everybody of a spirit of their own. But keep going, Dave.
So look,
Ooh.
we even get look. Sometimes it's hard even to navigate without reading the Bible, in my opinion, because somebody famous will pop up on social media and read a Bible verse, and you're like, "Oh, that sounded good. I'm gonna go based off what they said." You know
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying?
Or a
Disrespect.
pastor on social media hops up, and you're gonna go based off what they said. You know what I'm saying? Um, shoot, Mexican OT, that rapper, hopped up on social media and said everybody needs to follow Jesus Christ. That's the only way to go to heaven. Then he's gonna turn around, and in his next song, I promise, he's gonna be making a song about FMBs. You know what I'm saying?
Disrespect.
And street,
Disrespect. Because if I
which
look
is,
at a Christian,
it's a
my bad,
conscious.
my bad. But if I look at if let's say I'm a youngin, bro, I'm 7 years old. I don't know shit about nothing, right? I just know playtime, right?
Yeah,
I'm a youngin, right? And you tell me my first impression of a Christian is Mexican OT. I think we misunderstand this. My first impression of Christianity is people growing up right now. Somebody was just born as I'm talking right now. So there's a baby being born in this moment of time. Somebody just died as I just talked. It keeps going. So that baby that's being born, it's not fair to us for us to be like, I'm a Christian or I'm a Muslim, and then I go ahead and eat pork. I'm not. Or I go ahead and be like, you know what? Fuck all these bitches. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, get out here and do it all this other childish shit, really, immature shit. Really. I think that's where it stops. Stop listening to everybody. Just because the title of their book says I am a Christian doesn't mean the book is healthy. You get what I'm saying? Just because that water says I come from the islands of
Fiji.
Traki. I don't fucking know. Nigga, I got this from the tap. I told you I got it from the tap. But I didn't tell y'all because I sold you. Ooh, what is that word? Sold. I lied to you. A lot of us do it to ourselves, hence sell
yeah,
yourself. When you sell your soul, you're selling yourself. Thou shalt not lie.
yeah.
So that's all I got.
Look,
Go ahead. My bad, my bad.
no, I mean, it's not like you were wrong, bro. You were right. Crap, my fault, bro. I'm over here doing too much. Shooting a lost trail of thought in like 2, 3 seconds. Oh, okay, yeah. Listen, my whole point is anything you need an answer to, even in today's real world, okay, in today's reality, you can find your answer in the Bible, bro. Um, there are a lot of false prophets out here. Mexican OT
That's the word. That's
was,
go ahead. My bad.
Mexican OT was out here talking about how you need to follow Jesus and that's the only way to heaven. But then he's doing a lot of Luciferian things and a lot
Come
of
on
things
now.
that the devil does. You know what I'm saying? So somebody who really likes Mexican OT, or say a Christian who's kind of borderline,
Yeah.
watches that video and sees what he says and goes, well, you know what? Maybe I'm not so bad after all, because I like his music and everything, but I'll be reading my Bible and everything. So like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep on doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep listening to his music and reading my Bible, and I'm gonna go to heaven. Nah, bro, you keep listening to his music, my boy. You keep living the way that boy keeps living. You still gonna go to hell, bro. Yes, the words that he said was valid, but don't sit there listening to him as if he actually has some, like, bro, come on, dog. He's not living that. He's not living that.
There we go. There we go. So like, let me add on to your point, bro. I swear to God, like I don't mean to say I'm still working on this. I don't mean to swear to God. I'm really still working on this.
You're hilarious, bro.
But I swear. No, I'm being honest though.
I
But I
know.
swear, bro, it is so easy for me. But I don't, because I worked on it. You know what I mean? I practiced it. It's like this. What do you value? That's the ultimate question. If you value what they have, if you value the glory and the shining and what's on their neck, and then you create the bridge towards how can I be like them, but that bridge is through advertisement. So for example, why do you see a lot of people looking at streamers or looking at companies looking at streamers on when I drink Bang Energy, you should drink Bang Energy because you're closer to me. It's a manipulation thing. It's literally is I can break it down in a simple sense. It's literally the how and the what, basically. You know what I mean? So, for example, if Kai Cenat is, if I've been following Kai Cenat for years, right? If I've been like, okay, yeah, I love Kai Cenat, which I haven't, but if I love Kai Cenat, oh yeah, Kai, yeah, Kai, yeah, Kai, and then he end up being a part of McDonald's, but I'm on a something else, right? I'm on my diet, and I switch up, so myself towards, you know what? Fuck it, I want to be like Kai, so I'm a take his bridge. How do I take his bridge? Well, he eat McDonald's, so maybe I need to eat McDonald's to get to his point. It's a false illusion, and they know how to work this constantly.
Knowing dang well Kai probably don't even for real be busting McDonald's down like that. It's just his money. You know what I'm saying? You got this little boy wanting to go get a Kai Happy Meal.
Which is just a fucking the regular burger. It's the regular burger. It
And he
ain't
want that
nothing
Kai
else
Happy
but
Meal
putting a
every
it
night.
ain't nothing else
Nothing
but
new.
putting a name on something that already was there. And this is what makes me think some of us is stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to be mean.
They
I'm trying
named
to
that shit the
be
Sonata Meal. I don't even know. I just came up with
it
that.
really does get to this point. If you ever worked in a restaurant, I've had about 20 jobs in my life. If y'all don't know this, and most of them, I ain't gonna say most of them, but some of them was restaurants. A lot of them was restaurants. Me understanding, like I was in the drive-through with some white girl that I'm not gonna speak her name, but some white girl, and it's not the girl y'all know, but I'm talking about somebody else. I was in drive-through, and she was just like, you know what? They taking all day. And I'm like, you ain't never worked in a restaurant in your life before. Because you know how we go through the drive through and then we also go inside? What does that change about the core of the restaurant? You got 5 people working. That means this person got to be over here, this person got to be over here. So it's the illusion of looking from what? The outside in. If you look from the outside in, what are you doing? You're judging a book by its cover. You're judging a book by its cover. Once you create that habit or that rhythm, you're gonna always think, oh, it looks like something, so you are that. So flip that position. Teron, you look like a hoe. Am I? No. So who's wrong and who's right? You're wrong because you're looking from the outside looking in. It's the practice that is life. And I don't think we understand that. I don't control why this brain works the way it does. I just chose to understand it, come in tune with it, and I'm starting to understand like, wow, that's why people are looking from the outside looking in because it's so easy. Really, it's just a mask of fear. Because anger is literally a mask of fear. When you be like, oh shit, they taking all day. Well, why don't you go in there? Because this, that, and the third. So you're making excuses. What are excuses? I'm excusing myself from going into that. Why are you excusing yourself? So you're trying to convince yourself. You're trying to pretend and create a tendency out of yourself, knowing that you're just afraid. Why are we afraid to be afraid? It's because guess what? Our parents told us it's too not mine, but your parent or whoever parents told you is you a weakling for being afraid. No, that makes you strong. Because when you do it afraid, you're literally doing what other people call it, face your fears. When you face them, you're able to see it logically. Logic is masculinity. Masculinity comes from who? Come on now. So I gotta go pee, but Jesus Christ, that's what I'm talking about.
That is the most masculine man I know.
Good spill, good spill. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna have to beat it here in a minute. I gotta play with this baby. Having him wait for too long. He's been up from this nap for a while. He's beating up
All
on
right.
me, doing everything he possibly can to get my attention, bro. But what's in it? Good chat for sure. Um, I'm glad we got to speak on. We didn't even get to our. I'm glad we got to speak on.
No.
Look
Mm-mm.
at that. Women are not attracted to God-fearing men. Ah,
I got so much to say on this. That's the real reason why I ain't gonna say I was quiet. The other one, I'm like, the next one's I won't be talking anymore. Shoot, I got so much to say about this.
you are too hilarious, bro. This has been something that you've been thinking about for years.
Hold on, y'all. My bad.
Had our own set of conversations about this, bro. It's funny to think about, dog.
It's
And
annoying.
Yeah, but it's not their fault though.
It is.
Mm,
See, that's the reason we gotta have a conversation because it is.
nah,
Yes, it is. There's always a healthy way to go about doing something.
that's true. But at the end of the day,
That's all I'm gonna say.
the root is always the male. Cause your example,
No, that's fine. No, bro. We're not gonna keep doing this.
I'm just telling you. Look, your example can change a woman's actual behavior, though, not just their mindset. This, that, and the third. Like if
If
you,
she's willing to let that happen, I can only be myself. If she doesn't allow that to happen and let it go for herself, it will never happen. So
yeah,
that's
but
on her. I can't take the blame for that. I'm not
that's
going to either. And
no.
nowhere in the Bible does it tell me
That,
to.
I'm not saying that you personally should, but you should direct the blame towards some man, and it should probably be
Accountability. I don't know what y'all talking about, but David just said accountability,
her
basically.
Okay,
dad.
okay, that's different. Okay, that's
My bad.
different from what has a guy done to this woman. That's a whole different category than what is this woman projecting onto me or treating me, or that's a whole. Those are two whole different stories. We
You
can
got
talk about either story, but we can't converge the two, act like they're both the same. And yes, one may be the cause of this, but as I said, there's always a healthy way of going about things, no matter what you went through.
I get, but look. If let's say a woman gets out of a situation, right? She, you guys are together, right? She just came out
Hmm.
the situation. Um, you guys have a little argument, a little discussion, whatever, da 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 da, and she ends up hitting you. Or whatever. All right, now you grew up, you were raised by a father who told you, yeah, don't you ever put your hands on a female. I don't even if you gotta, defend yourself and protect yourself. You better not hit her. You can restrain, but you don't you dare hit a woman at point blank because men have adrenaline. And with one kill a person, let alone a woman, you can really boom, and it could be over for her in 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Wait, what are we talking about? I'm sorry, y'all.
Doggy, listen, I can't keep doing this
I'm
stuff.
sorry.
Look,
The what's it called? Like he
know a
think
girl.
men should take more accountability about, or like men should take account. I mean, we already do, or at least I can speak. Like a lot of men already do take account, but I can't take accountability for something that's
Oh,
literally their
oh,
doing or their
but,
thing.
but if I disagree slightly because at the end of the day, Jesus had to take accountability for every single.
That's no, I ain't gonna lie. David right
I
on
mean,
this
he
one.
had to. No,
Dave,
that was a
can I
choice. That was
speak? Hold on,
clearly
hold
a
on.
choice
Before y'all
from
keep going,
Jesus
can I
Christ.
can
That
I
was his
add on
mission that
to it?
he took upon.
No, wait, wait,
Yeah,
wait.
go on ahead.
Yes, right. He didn't have to. Right. He made a
He did
literal.
not have to.
He made a choice out of what love, right? And
Yeah.
he like him, right? And so he wants us to love like. And in order for you to love like him, you're gonna have to take on somebody else's crap sometimes and be like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
understand
man. Yeah.
that it wasn't me.
To an see, there's an extent to that,
No,
bro.
no, hold
Y'all
on, hold on,
say
hold on, hold on, hold on,
go
bro.
go
Can I just
Ryan.
say something?
Go on
Just
ahead,
like
buddy.
try to make it make sense, like in some real shit. So
Yeah.
I think
It
like
can only make sense from the Bible.
yeah, right, right. But
And that's all I'm
I'm
saying.
trying to make this situation make sense. So it's
But
like okay, what I believe in. Okay, I think that David got it right on the head. You know what I mean? Like I think that you do have sometimes it's very unfortunate. SK, I understand where you're coming from. Trust me, I truly do. When you have to clean up somebody else's mess, basically, you have to clean up and you have to be accountable for something you know you didn't do. You know what I mean? But it's being accountable as man in general. You know what I'm saying? As a man in general. So if I meet a girl who's traumatized and I have to clean that up, I don't mind it because it wasn't me. And it's hard. It's hard as fuck. You got to go through a lot of bricks that you got to break down. But no, that's not me. But okay, I ain't gonna say that. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna just show you that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, accountability for somebody else's and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. I just got in here, but accountability for somebody else's wrongdoings or somebody else's like the man that was before you, which a lot of people got trauma, and I know how to heal from that, which is just not don't start the trauma in the first place, but that takes time to really learn. Um, but if they do have trauma, it's not you personally. It's not SK or David or Torian personally. It's just that you have to clean it up. and I don't know
No, you
why.
don't, bro. No,
You
you do
do.
not.
If you choose,
There's always a healthy way of going about doing
go
something.
ahead.
What? And that's
No,
your
you
choice. I can't make you do something healthy. You got to make that choice and lead with that and walk with that. I can't make you be healthy.
While I'm
Or make
no
a
no no.
healthy.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go y'all go.
is there gonna ever be a woman that comes across your path that you're gonna consider worth it? Because like you're not gonna find a female who isn't gonna in some way, shape, or form. Just she's a person, bro. She's gonna
That's
disrespect you in
yeah.
some way, shape, or form at some time, and you're gonna have to look at her with love and still adjust it. And regardless to whether she actually conforms then in that moment or not, it might take a little bit. She might do it right then and there, but you can't be worried about that. You've got to have the strength to be able to deal with it. Men are
Why would I deal with that though? Why would I just
Go
find a
ahead,
woman
Why
David.
who
did
would
Jesus?
not,
Why,
who
hey, Freddie,
intentionally
why
would
did
not want to
Jesus?
even do
Why
that?
did Jesus take on yo? Why did he take? Why did he take on you as a responsibility? We
Bro,
are
you can't compare
filthy.
Jesus to some mere woman or a mere man. I'm sorry. You can't do that.
That was
SK,
cold. That was cold.
SK,
You
Hold
can't
on,
do
bro.
that.
SK,
Hold
dog.
on,
This is
bro. That was
worrisome.
cold,
I'm
bro.
just gonna be straightforward with you right now, dog. Because I told you I'm a coach and I've been trying to change my approach. You got to be careful. It does not matter that we are not Jesus, bro. I used to say this all the time. I even literally, when I complain to God, sometimes I'll be like, Lord, I'm sorry. I'm not you. Do you know that that's the biggest, fattest excuse? And he does not care that we are not him. He doesn't care. He
I agree
knows
with
that
that.
we know what he would do. Therefore, he expects us to do the same thing. And when we decide, hey, you know what? I don't really want to do that because I'm not
So
you. And
where
I
is
don't
this
think I
taken
have the
up for?
capacity to do so. Bro,
So where's
he
all this
goes,
for the woman
okay,
to do?
bet.
I want my woman to do that. I want my woman to be a follower of
I
Jesus
get
Christ
it.
and do
No,
that.
can I
What do y'all
add?
not
I'm gonna add this
understand?
on, David. Before you
I'm
start
not dealing
talking
with no
again, I'm gonna add this on.
disrespectful woman and think
SK.
she can walk willy nilly all around. No, that's what I'm trying to
No, but
understand. Where
no,
is
no,
you
no, no,
coming
no,
from
no, no,
with that?
no, no. You in the right place, bro. I respect you so much because you haven't done that done, and which you should not, because I truly believe that who you lay with will become a spiritual thing. I truly do believe that. That's why I had to I stopped.
Yeah,
But what I will say is that what I can't speak for David, but I'm gonna speak for me and what I took from David, right? I'm gonna speak for this. You can't control whether that woman is what you want them to be. Hence the word. You just said want them to be. You cannot control that. You will not control that, and you never
but
are
I
going
can
to be able
control
to.
who the queen I put next to my throne. You will not be on my throne if you're acting like that.
And
Goodbye,
that's
and I'm cool with
patience.
that.
That's patience, and that's good. That's good. That's really good. But in me and David's sense, and it might not be in your sense, and I ain't gonna speak because David gonna become unleashed after I'm done talking. I can't control him. He's his own man, obviously. I'm just
Me and SK have had debates before, bro. I think that we come to a place where we agree to disagree a lot of times because I can't literally continue to go back and forth with him, bro. Like I know he knows
Okay,
exactly what
want me
I'm
to tell you the
talking
reason why I
about.
think
He
like
knows
this?
exactly where
we
I'm
can
coming from.
debate, bro. It's
There
funny.
is
It's
no
not even like
argument. Like
I
there
love
is
y'all.
no argument. He knows exact, and he knows that I understand where he's coming from too. I'm giving you every bit of a stepping stone to still be able to say, yeah, I'm human. I make mistakes, and there are things that I've got to work on. That's fine, bro. That's what makes us, imperfect, not like Jesus, right?
Mm,
But then he
yes.
tells us, yo, that's okay. As long as you're trying to be like me, okay? As long as you know what I would do and you try to do those things, then you're straight as gravy. If at any point in time we come to the conclusion that he did something and it was like, yo, Lord, how do you do that? Like, it's hard for me to do so. He's gonna teach you how to do it if you actually try to. But if you sit back and you go, well, I don't have any patience for these kind of people whatsoever,
Mhm.
at some point, bro, and I'm telling you, honest to God, you're gonna go to heaven, SK, and God's gonna go the same way that you didn't have any patience for them, bro. Why in the world should I have patience for you? You messed
Yeah.
up here, here, here,
It's
here,
not
and
that I
here.
didn't have patience.
That's
Why
that
would you put
actuality
that
that
to
I be
me?
talking. Like
I would
I get
never
it. I get what
disrespect
you're
my
saying.
woman. Not saying it might slip out because I'm human. There's difference, but I'm sitting here saying that is not my intention. If a woman intention is to come to me and thinking that she can just treat me any type of way because she thinks she's this queen or something, I don't know, bro. That's why I need a woman who really understands the Bible, bro. I
And
really
that's
need a
okay.
woman who
Right.
understands the
And so
Bible,
if
bro.
look, I'm gonna be honest, if that's
And
what
she
you're looking
can't be
for,
that
bro,
way. Not
if
around
that's
me.
if
I'm
that's
sorry.
what you're looking for, SK, bro. You're gonna find that in the church. You're not like, look at the world that we're living in today, bro. You're not
The
gonna walk
holy
into the
place.
liquor store and find you a God fearing woman. You're not gonna walk into work and find you a God fearing woman who, like, it's not, bro. That the
See,
likelihood
but
of that happening.
most women in church don't like to do like me
So
either.
okay. Before y'all keep going, like I'm sorry, I gotta keep at.
If
But I,
that's
but
the
I,
case, bro, then something needs to pan. If you just said, okay, you want you a God fearing woman, I told you there are a lot of God fearing women in the church, and then you just turn around
Yeah.
and look at me and say, hey, a lot of God fearing women in the church don't really want me. Well, whoa, brother, take a
What?
step back and really understand that if that's how they feel about you, and you feel that way about someone, a woman who would disrespect you, okay, like you might have to be like, yo, I gotta show a little bit more compassion, because what is it that
yeah,
these women in the church don't want me for? You know what I'm saying? Because the same way that I'm sitting back and going, oh well, I don't want a disrespectful woman in my life who
keep
hasn't ever
trolling, nigga.
learned
Keep
how to be
trolling.
respectful to a man, really. You know what I'm saying? Even there are some adult women out here who've never learned how to be respectful to a husband. They
Yeah,
never learned how to be respectful to a father. You know what I'm saying? And to not give them a chance to learn, and knowing that you might be the most proper outlet for them to learn, and saying, nah, I don't want to. That's wrong. God is not gonna reward that, bro, because he could send a woman to you in your life, SK, tomorrow, who
yeah.
who calls you a B nigga. She whatever, bitch nigga. You know what I'm saying? Most beautiful girl that you done seen, you know what I'm
And I'm
saying?
gonna let her be. Go on about your
I
day,
get it, I get it,
please.
I get it. But if that girl approaches you the day after and goes, hey, you know, I was feeling some type of way yesterday, yada 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 da 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 da, and you say, okay, I get it. Some people have bad days. I'm not about to sit here and hold this against you for the rest of your life. She turns around the next day and she gets upset about it again, and she calls you something else. That's not the time to be like, oh, this woman's off her rocker, I'm out of here. If you're a God-fearing man who really knows what's going on, you would be able to see that she was not stuck in that place for no reason. God, how many demons did Jesus literally kick out of people because he said, "Oh yo, yeah, you're possessed. I'm getting that out of you, and now you come hang with me." And most of the time, once he got rid of those demons who were in that person, what did the person want to do? They wanted to follow Jesus, but Jesus said, "No, follow me, yes, but go tell people about me. Don't walk with me, don't come with me in the group. Go into other places and go preach about me." Okay? So not only what he did
The
changed them,
messenger.
but they wanted to then be an example of who he was afterwards. Okay? And that's who we are called to be as men. We can do that for women. I've seen it literally in my life personally, where you do this and this is what happens, bro. I use Kate in a lot of my, my examples and whatnot, but this would be a perfect one that's really good. It's like, bro, for a while we weren't going to church, right? Then I started going to church, and I was in and out, kind of, inconsistent. Then I started consistently going to church, okay? And then one day she looked at me and she said, "Hey, can I go to church with you?" All right. Then she started going to church with me.
We
And
are alike. We
she
are
kept
alike,
going to church
bro.
with me. From that day on, bro, she has been going to church with me. She is still in her church clothes right now. Okay, so it's like, bro,
It's that
on my mama,
masculinity.
she's not. If like Kate was not, bro, we weren't in a position ever when we were young, and she, right, but she wasn't in a position, bro, when we were young to start going to church before I started going to church. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't like when we were living together in our early 20s, bro. If I had sat back and expected Kate to be the example, expected her to go to church and start leading the family in that way, bro, we wouldn't have gone because, bro, like she was focused on other things, and that's okay. She also wasn't raised like that. You
That's
know what I'm saying?
patience.
She wasn't raised like that, so she wasn't about to be like, yeah, we need to go to church. No, I needed to do that, and once I did, she started coming. Now my son is in church. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, you sir were given the power and ability to completely to be more than an example. Okay, we are allowed to, we have been given the ability to cast out demons, SK. Okay, and if you notice that there's a demon within a woman, bro, and even if it's a woman that you're not attracted to or interested in, you can rebuke that demon and pray for that woman and say,
Oh
hey
my
Lord,
goodness.
I don't know what was going on in her life. I don't know what she's seen. I don't know who's mistreated her. I don't know if she even knows what real love is or if she's ever felt that. You know what I'm saying? So, if anything, let me plant a seed so that it can start to start a revolution, start something that changes it, you know, for her, rather than me writing her off entirely. Because you may be looking at a disrespectful woman.
Forgiveness.
You
My
know,
bad.
look, the first time you see her and the first time you meet her, first interaction, you see a disrespectful woman who you could never be married to or be with. And 5 years later, you guys are turned around married with kids, and she's a totally different woman, you know, looking to God, praying with you, doing this, doing that with you. You know what I'm saying? You guys might bicker here and you might argue there and fuss there and you have your disagreements or whatever, but you're able to look and say, hey, this is what it is. We need to go to
Yeah,
God over this. And you guys can come to a common agreement on that. You know what I'm saying? Because you've
that's
seen the good
powerful.
results on that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, I'm telling you, don't write it off, SK. I'm telling you, because you, brother, especially somebody as patient as you,
Yeah,
take a woman screaming at you, SK, talking about you, SK, you ain't really gonna do this, you ain't really gonna do that. You can sit there, take that, and say, hey, listen, I understand you're pissed off. I'm not about to get derogatory toward you though. That's one thing I gotta show you. That's one thing I gotta show you. All of that you just said about me right there, I've not said a thing about you. I won't, because I'm not
Yeah.
gonna preach negativity out to you. You
yeah,
are a
yeah,
woman, okay?
yeah,
And as a
yeah.
man, I'm not gonna sit here and degrade you because I'm angry, okay?
Right.
So
Yeah.
you sitting here degrading me to death because you're pissed off, that's a problem that you need to work on. And what's most likely gonna do is sit on her heart, and she's gonna marinate on that until the next
Mm,
day.
yeah.
Okay, I promise you. I
He's
promise
preaching.
you.
He's
Even
preaching right
if
now.
even if she looks
Cause
at
you
you and
don't
goes,
have
okay,
to, cause
whatever,
you're not
you
gonna see me till the
whatever.
next day, maybe. If
Hey,
at all, if that
hey,
happens.
that's
That's the
what work
funny part.
is, bro. That's how God's work works. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. So
Exactly.
like,
Hmm.
and there were men in the Bible, bro. You know, there are men in the Bible who had to literally live this life in order to be an example
Oh.
of who Jesus was. Hosea, God had him go marry a prostitute, bro. Okay, literally told him, hey, you see her? Yeah, go marry her. And the reason why is because I need people to see my example even more. Okay?
Mm.
When she steps out on you and she goes off and starts doing this, that, and the third, yeah, let her do it. And then go get her back and bring her home.
That's
Okay?
what I. Okay, hold on.
And it's like, bro,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hosea,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hosea had to live that, bro, and and what and like that was his service to the Lord. That was counted as a service to the Lord, bro. Could you imagine how bad his heart was hurting to see his wife step out on him like that? You know what I'm saying? Not he already knowing that, yo, she had the capability of doing that in the first place, and that was not his first choice. You know what I'm saying? But God wanted him to do it because God wanted Hosea to show an example of who Jesus was and how his love worked. Okay, and
Mm.
bro, that's how Jesus works. Even when he saves you and you stray away and you go do this, that, and the third, and you bash his name and you don't do what you're supposed to do, he still comes running through the brush
I
and
swear.
snatching you up and going, you belong to me. Come home. Let's fix you up, preparing you for the next time that you
Uh,
jump out on the curb and do the next stupid thing that you gonna do. And then he's gonna run after you again and come pick you up and bring you back. Hosea had to do it several times with his wife in the Bible during his story.
mm,
Okay. And, and
mm.
and God gave us that so that we could see, yo, this is what I do with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, this and Hosea was a minister for me. Literally my minister. I made my minister get married to a prostitute so I could show you guys an example of what you do to me in your own lives. You
See,
understand?
that's different when it's your wife
Oh, he
too.
preaching, bro.
But
He
But
just
I'm just
preached.
telling you, SK,
I know
bro,
what you
because
mean. But it's like,
if he made Hosea do it, what makes you or me or John any different from Hosea? And not still looking to God and saying, praise you, Lord.
There
Thank
you
you,
go.
Jesus, for my life.
There you
Thank
go.
you, Jesus, for allowing me to be an example. Thank you, Jesus, for allowing me to be a
You got
minister.
that
Bro,
spirit in you.
Kate could,
You got that
and Kate
spirit
could,
in you.
you know, I'm not saying that if Kate decided to up and cheat on me while we have kids right now, or if I was to up and cheat on Kate while we have kids right now, we're
Lord
gonna we're gonna
forbid.
move on the next day and be in great spirits like nothing happened. We're allowed to mourn and we're allowed to feel things and feel bad.
Elmorn.
But we
Mm.
can't. But we can't take that situation and say, "Oh, this is why I should have never trusted her in the first place," Lord, why'd you allow this to happen to me, Jesus? I'm supposed to be your servant. Why would you give me somebody like this who would hurt me? Like all he's going is, do you have any kind of idea? Like, where? First of all, I've given you a position, okay? Take that as an honor and work it, and don't you complain. Like, yeah, you can tell me that you're sad, and you can cry to me and be upset, and I'll mourn with you. Absolutely, Jesus mourns with us. He
That's
does
what I
not.
call atonement. That's
You
what I
feel
call
me?
atonement.
He does not get upset with us over mourning or over being sad over things and whatnot. You know, he's there for us in those situations. But when we get angry and ask God, like, well, why would you even put somebody like that in my life in the first place? How do you not know why I put that person in your life? And you belong to me. And you belong to me. That makes no sense at all. You couldn't endure, but I had to endure. I had to endure. I mean, I had to endure. Okay? I had to endure like no other. I still have to endure you. And you can't endure. I'm enduring this. And you can't endure. What? Like, oh my
I
God.
don't know. What's it
You
called?
know,
Now
so
that
Let him
the
talk. Let
sound
him
of that
talk, David.
that
I ain't gonna
that
lie.
make
Let him talk.
that make my heart a little bit more guarded now. Now I gotta
Ellie,
really
No,
see
okay,
what
wait.
you
Let me add
about
this
just because
on.
you
Let me add this
yeah,
on.
you low key just
I would
add
say,
another layer to the whole thing. Like
what'd you
seriously.
say? I don't mean to disrespect you, bro. Like,
I'm
so
about to
go
say
ahead.
David added a whole another layer to my whole way of thinking now about going about doing things.
It's preaching. It really is. You gotta
I mean, that
respect
might
that.
have helped
But
me.
but
Shit.
that that's
I don't
that's
know.
coming from
look,
somebody that's older than us, who has a family, who has a kid. So
and if
there's
you love Jesus, bro, like if hey, I'll put my some old business out there. You know, y'all like know I like to be transparent. My mom's my biological mother. Okay, I have more so much love in my heart for her. Okay, even though at the end of the day she had 8 kids. Okay, and she did not choose any of her children. Okay, that's just the honest truth. All right. I still, at the end of the day, am able to find forgiveness and say, hey,
that's strong, bro.
Jesus still loved her. You know what I'm saying? That was still Jesus's kid. You know what I'm saying? Misled or not, that was still Jesus' kid. And maybe had she had a man who was kind of like my father, Steve, who had showed up in her life and really, really tried to, guide her toward a peaceful life, showed her what it looked like to really have a man who loved and took care of her. And you know what I'm saying? And little things like that, where it's like you think about those things, bro, you're able to really show and feel that compassion. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like where it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, that takes away all that pain and all that, all that anger that you had, bro, because then you're able to see like, yo, they felt. In fact, they probably felt more pain than what
Understanding.
I've been through in my lifetime. Now I'm only 26. My mom lived past 50. You feel me? So it's like, my dog, think about your most anxious moments. Now give that to your mother and think about the fact that she didn't have nobody to help her. She didn't have no guidance.
Right there.
And maybe even if she did, maybe she felt like she was so far gone she couldn't reach out for that help anymore. She couldn't reach out for that guidance anymore. Maybe she felt like she burned too many bridges in her life and it was really time for her to just do it by herself to the point where
Yeah.
she did fail. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if your heart is able to think like that, bro, it'll break you down.
Understanding. You talking about the
It'll
heart.
break you
That's what
down.
I be. Hold on, bro. Let me put this point out there,
It'll
bro.
bust
I
you
gotta be
down into
honest.
tears, brother. You know what I'm
Go
saying?
ahead. Go ahead.
That's the reason why I'm able to look at a woman and say, hey, you know, Jesus loves you. And I have
Yes,
that love
sir.
in my heart for you. I know, like, if my mom had that, she would have been a healthy woman living to this day. So every woman deserves to have that, even if they are struggling and they're in the streets and they're in drugs. And like my mama died from an overdose in Pontiac in a car. You feel me? So it's like, nigga, you look at that girl that you say is real disrespectful and you put my mama face on her. Okay? And if you're not able to say, let me get you, come here, I gotta clean you up, I gotta make sure that you know that,
Right.
it's real love out here. This is how you're supposed to really be taken care of. Come, elegance. Let me make sure
Yeah.
your hair, what you like to wear. You look good in that, honey. You look real good in that, honey. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look, what
right.
kind of house you want? Okay, cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? You like the way the car drives? All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? You need this, you need that. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe she needed to see that, and maybe she needed that in its completeness in order to change. You know what I'm saying? In order to actually start experiencing real peace and joy. You know what I'm saying? SK, be that, bro. And
Real
don't
shit.
wait for the woman to
Real
already
shit.
have that. Don't wait for her to already have that. You be it. You know what I'm saying? And you can really watch her life
Bro,
transform, you know,
I,
and then also give glory to God, because it's not you who's doing it, and it's not you who changed your mindset, it's God who changed your mindset. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then
And
changed her
let me add
also.
on to your point. Some
Go
people
ahead.
see that as scary. That's where I be getting at. Some people see that as scary, but it's the
Scary.
natural way of life, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, man, man. You can't be scared, bro. You can't be scared. I'll
Even
give you
even if
another
you are
example.
scared, I ain't gonna lie, cause you know I'm a philosopher in a sense. I be trying to help people. I swear to God, cause it's like, bro, yeah, like that's why I be calling myself Blade. Like I ain't no motherfucking devil out here, but I'm just telling y'all, like fear is it. You
Ready?
have to
Watch this.
go ahead.
These disciples tried to cast some demons out of this man who was aggressive and violent. Okay, they went into his house and tried to cast the demons out, and the man replied, okay, in the voice of the demons. All right, he says, okay, now you know, and look, the disciple said, in the name of the apostle Paul, and in the name of Jesus Christ, or in the name of Peter, the disciple, in the name of Jesus Christ, or something like that, we demand you to leave, or whatever. And the
Yeah,
demon goes, I know who Jesus is, and I know who Paul is, but who are you? And
that's
they
the
got
question.
beat.
There
Ready?
you
Ready? The
go.
Bible says this. The Bible says this. The demon tormented them up and down that house, ravaged them, beat them up, took their clothes off, and the men ran out of the house naked, screaming, with you would guess lacerations and everything, because demons are strong. Okay. Now, the reason why they weren't able to cast the demons out is because they came and they were afraid. They were visibly afraid. The demons knew that they were afraid because they weren't using the power of Christ truly. Okay. When Peter and Paul and the disciples casted out demons in the name of Jesus, the demons were scared of Peter and them because they could see Jesus' spirit inside of Peter and the apostles. They could see his literal power. They could feel the power coming off of Peter and them. Okay. And the other disciples, the reason why it didn't work for them is because they came through, one, scared, okay, of what the demon was doing or the things that the demon could do, okay. And when they came in, they didn't just cast the demon out in the name of Jesus, okay. They also tried to cast him out in the name of one of the disciples, Peter or Paul or one of them. And the demon's like, yeah, you can't do that. You can only use Jesus' name, and you just gave me the end, and now I'm about to spank all of you because you don't know what you're actually doing and what you've gotten into. You know what I'm saying? So if you know the Lord and you really walk with his power, you're not afraid of anybody's words or what they got going on out here, because you ultimately know that you can rebuke that and change them. You can rebuke that and God will change them. You know what I'm saying? You can rebuke their words, you can rebuke their thoughts, you can rebuke the energy that's been around them and surrounding them, and then pray that the Lord plants a seed and starts to get into that heart. You know what I'm saying? And bang, you don't have to worry about nothing else from there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, it always works. It always works, bro. I
It
have
always does.
examples. I have examples, bro, of it working. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, yo, bro, this person literally was just talking to me about some Bible. You know what I'm saying? We were having a good conversation about the Lord and the Word, and out of nowhere, a demon manifests out of them. I'm talking Christians who have been through some things in their lives, and they've not come to grasp with it, and they've not talked to the Lord about it and forgiven themselves and forgiven different people about these things. And I'll be like, yeah, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. Yo, look, this is, you need to rebuke that. You need to da, da. And then out of nowhere, they'll be screaming at me. David, you don't
Yeah.
understand. How could you say that to
I don't
me?
got time for it. I have
And I'm
no.
like, look, listen, no. You gotta have time for it, because if you're if you're a soldier of the Lord, you know it's not them. It's the demon that's walking
That's
with
what
them.
I'm
It's the
saying.
demon
That's
that's
why I don't
influencing.
have time for it.
You know, you got to be like, look, because like I won't put his name out there, but one of my special homies, this is my brother. He was battling the demon not too long ago, and sometimes you know it gets tough for us Christians out here because they really come after us, bro. I'm telling you, the stronger you are, the more that they want to eat you up because they know
Man,
that you
what?
have power and that you can teach some people out here about the Lord. So, you know, oh, I almost said his name. My boy, my boy, my boy. He was battling. I feel like he was battling a Jezebel spirit. Okay, um, where yeah, he was strongly attached to this woman who does not want him. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And you know she somehow, you know she look, look, look. Spells can be casted without a single word being said. Okay, you know people got to know how black magic and like Luciferian witchcraft actually works.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why yeah, like having sex with women and not like actually understanding the spiritual bond that happens between it, that's witchcraft. You know, that's witchcraft. Yeah. That's Luciferian black magic. That's witchcraft. So you got to be careful. You got to be very careful. And so yeah, you know, he, you know, obviously had sex with this girl, okay, and did some things with this girl and other things with this girl, got real attached to her and everything else like that. And you know, some things that were very personal and sacred happened to them in their life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna mention it. He mentioned it to me, but I'm not gonna mention it out loud. But I told him basically like you need to forgive yourself. You know what I'm saying?
There it
You
goes.
need to start talking to the Lord, you know, and letting him know that you understand the gravity of the situation, but that, you know, you do also understand that he forgives you. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. And immediately he's like, forgives me for what? Forgives me for what? I'm not asking for
He don't
forgiveness.
love
No, no,
himself.
no, 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 no. I don't need forgiveness. I don't think that I did anything wrong. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, that's the devil, bro. That's a demon right there. Because you
Demon.
know that what you did was absolutely 100% wrong. You even grew up learning that what you did was 100% wrong. Okay? And right now what's manifesting in you isn't
There it
even
go.
from your spirit, bro. That's not of God. You know, you're doing a lot of deflecting and a lot of, well, I don't think I need forgiveness, bro. That sounds like a demon. You know what I'm saying? Because demons
Yeah, man.
don't believe in needing forgiveness. In
Kill
fact,
him.
demons know that they can't be forgiven and they don't have a place in heaven
It's
anymore.
over with.
They're gone. It's over with for them. So it's not even about believing that they're going to be forgiven. They know they're not going to be forgiven. So for you to say, I don't need forgiveness. I don't need forgiveness. That is a blank statement. That is a straight statement of you saying, I know I don't need this from God. That's a demon talking. You should know that. You should
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that. You should know that automatically. And so by the end of that phone call, after I had rebuked it, and after, you know, we really mashed down on it and got to it, my boy was crying, okay? And my boy was crying, all right? And he's like,
He's
David,
supposed to.
I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't realize that all this time, one, you had been through something like this before too. Yes, bro. Yes. Why do you, like the Lord literally reached in, grabbed me by my t-shirt and
Hey,
pulled me
man.
out of the fire. That's why I'm trying to be an encouragement to you rather than, you know, and he thought that I was ultimately just trying to rebuke him to hell. Like, no, I'm not trying to rebuke you, bro. I've been through it
All
myself.
right.
You know, I've been through it myself. No, I'm trying to get you out of it. I'm trying to show you that the Lord is going to deliver you if you just forgive yourself and then
That's
ask
what
the
it
Lord to
is.
forgive you. You feel
That's
me?
what it
And
is.
and bang, boom, bam, bang, he was feeling a whole lot better, and no more
I feel
demonic
it.
spirits were coming after me and screaming at me through the phone. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, bro, if you can't pinpoint in your life where that energy is, you know what I'm saying? You need to call out to the Lord, you know what I'm saying? And ultimately you want to be able to so that you can and walk in peace and have the joy of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? And not be disrupted or disturbed when somebody else's demons come out. You know what I'm saying? You should in fact want to go after him, bro. I wasn't even watching it, but I saw a clip from that show The Chosen. You know about The Chosen, right, SK?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So so they had like hotels and stuff like that back in the Bible days too, right? And Jesus and
Mhm.
the disciples went into one of those little like hotel places, and the owner of the hotel looked at Jesus and said, "Hey, my dead grandmother haunts that room." And Jesus looked at him and said, "Oh, I'll take that one." And he walks to the room, right? And the hotel owner was like, "What?" And the disciples were like, "Yeah, he's used to these kind of things, right?" Now, if Jesus has the boldness to look and say, "I'll take
Boldness.
that. I'll take that room. No problem. No sweat. Your grandmother haunts that room. Yeah, give me that room. I'll take that room." That's how Christians should be too. You know what I'm saying? That is
There
literally
you go.
how we should be. We should use discernment and understand, like, okay, maybe this might not be a good idea, but also we should be able to walk in the boldness of Jesus Christ to the point where it's like, hey,
There
if
you go.
someone looks at us and says, hey, this room is spiritually possessed, as a Christian, you should be like, yeah, let me get in there. Let me walk in there. Let me walk in there because I got the power of the Holy Spirit in me, and I'm about to bless this whole room. Okay, I'm about to rebuke all of this crap. Okay, and we're about to take this demonic picture off the wall, and we're gonna take these demonic spirits out of here because it's messing this room up. Okay, we're gonna take this out of here. We're gonna take this
Come
out of
on now.
here. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Come on
Grayson
now.
FaceTime me, bro. Look, G FaceTime me. Y'all know who I'm talking about. G. I said his name already, but I'm gonna just say
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
G now.
yeah.
But G FaceTime me and showed me some things and some imagery in his house that he felt like was bringing dark presence and energy in his home. And I looked at him and I said, "Yep, those are all direct sources and causes of very dark energy in your house, and you need to get rid of that stuff. And when you get rid of it, you'll start feeling a whole lot lighter." Since then, and since he put all that stuff away and got rid of it, I've not gotten another phone call about him feeling like he's anxious in the middle of the night at
Sacred
1 o'clock
geometry.
in the morning.
My bad.
You know what I'm saying? When it's, you know what I'm saying? He's just in his house by himself, calling me, talking about, yeah, I feel an unsettling energy in my house. I feel this, I feel that. And I'm like, all right, well, let me take me around. Let me see what's going on. I'm gonna pray about it with you on the phone. You know what I'm saying? And let me see also what you got going on around here. And once he showed me everything that was, around the crib, the crystals, the pictures, the imagery, I'm like, Gray, get rid of all of that crap. Get rid of all of that, bro. You don't even know what's been practiced in that house. You know what I'm saying? You can love somebody to death, though. If you're not an accurate example to them, though, like, they can be the example to you. They can rule over your life. You know what I'm saying?
Your
Hey,
audio
If
messing up.
you're not minus,
Right.
you gotta stop. Come here, wait.
Oh,
Bebe.
that's Ron's messing up. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was Ron's?
Yeah.
Okay. It's almost done, my Yeah, he wants more popsicle probably. Um, you want to eat? But yeah, bro. Women are not attracted to God fearing men, bro. I'm telling you, I'm about to go in on this. If I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stay. I'm not gonna lie. So we're already 2 hours and 30 minutes in, bro. I might have to dip out.
Yeah.
But because 45 minutes ago I said I was leaving. But what's the name? Yeah, bro. I'm just gonna tell you how it is right off the rip right away, bro. I'll be digging into this dude on the video right here because if his point is that women are not attracted to God fearing men, and he like doesn't like that or whatever, and he feels that way, I'm just immediately gonna disagree with him and say like, bro, like no, it's him, it's not the women, it's him. It's just like the example you gave me at the beginning where you said it out. You was like, bro, them women in the church have a problem with me. It's like,
Because
yeah,
they
brother.
put images in stupid materialistic stuff that I don't care about, which is
Yeah,
fine. If you like
I
that stuff,
know.
I'm not gonna
I
judge you,
know.
but
I
you're
know.
not
But
gonna be mine.
it's even deeper. Like,
And they know it's not in the Bible, hence why they're not.
yeah.
Anyway, I'm not gonna get too personal with it. It's
Yeah,
just
don't get too deep in it. Don't get too deep and personal into it, bro. Because at
because
the end of the day, bro, even as men, we still have, a lot to learn. And like I built, the route is not easy, bro. There's plenty
It's
of room
not.
to grow.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And what's the name? ultimately, I could even say, there are obviously not, I'm about to get married here soon, but there are definitely going to be a lot of church women who would look at me sideways and be like, I don't know if I want him either. You know what I'm saying? And look, I'm not going to sit back and be like, well, that's them. You know what I mean? I don't know
It
what their
is.
problem is. No, 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 no.
Wait. Can I
I'm
wait
coming
before
to
y'all
you with
keep
an open mind. I mean,
Uh-uh.
if you don't like what I like, if you don't like something about me, that's cool. But at the same time, it's like
Yeah,
there's nothing
right.
wrong. I
That's
ain't
all
going
all
against the
right.
Bible in no type of way.
Yeah, yeah.
wait.
Well, intentionally, like a lifestyle.
Can
But
I say this?
Cause yeah, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
Did we watch, like, I know y'all, did y'all watch the video?
No, I mean, I saw it, but I like stopped halfway through when I
Okay,
saw
cause
it, and I had this boy saved for a minute.
yeah. My phone I wasn't plugged up to the charger as I was supposed to be, but
Like for instance, bro, SK, I still at times use profanity, bro, and like I don't like it. I think that it's just a really bad
it's
habit that I've
curse
acquired over
words. It's
time. You know what I'm
curse
saying?
words.
Like over
It,
time, bro, like
it is.
I've used so much of it to where I've made it make sense in sentences that it shouldn't make sense, okay? And so
Don't do
it's
it
like
or try
now
not to.
I gotta really do my best, you know what I'm saying? And I mean I gotta do my best to try to get rid of it, so to speak, as much as
Yeah,
possible because I
yeah.
know good and well that yeah, Jesus is willing to hang out with me, but like he don't want to hear all that mess. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to hear me swearing and using profanity.
It's
Not
disgusting.
at all. You
I'm
feel
gonna
me?
add this on to your point, brother. I gotta be honest with y'all. Do not do that shit. Like, I still do it. You know what I mean? Like, I probably said a couple cuss words, but I swear to God, and I don't swear to God much unless I mean it. I swear to God, do not vibrate those fucking words through your body at all.
You
What's
so
wrong? Okay,
It's
bad.
curse, bro.
my
It is a
thing is,
curse.
I've
I'm
always
not gonna sit here and
say
lie,
those
bro. It
words.
is a curse. It is curse words. Like, it's in your face. But like, I'm telling y'all, as somebody who understands sound, as who understand music, like Gara, the sound ninja, we was talking about Naruto. Please understand me right here. You gotta try, cause that shit is destructional. I'm telling y'all right now, bro. Like, real shit. Do
It's
not
mad
do that.
destructive. It's
And
mad
it's
like
unfortunate because I work with people who still do that. So I'll be like, all right, let me be strong. Let me be strong. Let me try not to do it. You know what I'm saying?
for instance, like you may not so like we grew up in schools and things like that where kids cussed around us and other things like that, yada yada yada. Okay. I grew up in a house before I got adopted where I got cussed out. Okay. Punched in the chest, all that. Da, 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 da. After I got adopted, all that stopped entirely. There was no more cussing in the
That's
house
good.
like that, which was very good. But I was already exposed to the wrong thing too early in life. So I was one of those kids who was going to school, being bad, cussing, cussing up and down, sailor mouth on the soccer team, sailor mouth in the school, sailor mouth, here, sailor mouth there. And it led to me having a sailor mouth in my adulthood as well, bro. And
Yeah.
listen, a woman who's
Yeah.
really dove into Jesus, who is in the church, really walking with God, she doesn't want a man who has a foul mouth. Not even close. If she already does well with not using profanity and does not swear, and then you pop up in the church talking about you love Jesus, you are the biggest advocate for the Lord, and you got all this cuss
Devaluing.
mouth, she's gonna look at you weird. She's gonna definitely look and say, let me go pick the man who has a better mouth. His tongue is speaking a bunch of profanity, or let me go choose the man who spends his time more of his time in his Bible than on social media. More of his time, in his craft than on social media. And sometimes, yeah, the craft is social media based and whatnot, but social media can be so evil and deceitful, you know what I'm saying? The fields that you work in right now, SK, and even myself, you know what I'm saying, that we're trying to get into, have a lot of wicked routes and things that we have to be exposed to that we don't necessarily want to be exposed to. But just that's what comes with the job. You know what I mean? Some women in the church are gonna look at that and be like, no, I don't really want my man to be around that lifestyle, so I'm just gonna pick someone else. And you can't look at them and be like, oh, you know, that's you just not using an open mind. Da, 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 da. That's them just protecting their peace and maybe protecting their spirit in the same sense. Maybe you know that's
I
Spirit
mean,
is
that's fine.
yeah. Those thoughts do not come from them themselves. Those thoughts come from the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? As to what was gonna be good for them in their. You
No, that's
know what I'm saying?
their, yes, that's their thoughts from but at the same time it's like my thing is, and look what I said at the bottom, at least a respect thing.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's massive respect. It's a massive respect thing, but
But hold on. Can I put this on this?
yeah, go ahead.
I like listen, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You are not like below anybody. You are somebody who I look up to on my own. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like SK Wayne, that's who you are. I mean, that's what you are. So I ain't gonna never disrespect you, but I will say, like, you know, me and David understand like how to change a woman. This is what I mean by how to change a woman into a housewife, not just a hoe. It's just a woman into a housewife. It's understanding that not everything is gonna be perfect. Um, you know, God's will is God's will. I can't control it, but I can control like the masculine part of it. You know what I mean? What you're supposed to be. And I'm not saying you're not masculine. You've probably been masculine multiple times in your life. And it's not just this tough guy who got a lot of muscles, right? It's really like taking leadership when you don't want to, or taking leadership when you want to. But it's about taking leadership. And I would say like it's you know, you can search for, because I told you I look up to you in a way, like you can search for a woman and be like, okay, that's not for me, that's not for me, but you looking from afar. Me and David understand sometimes you gotta just dive deep. You gotta go into that ocean. You gotta learn how to swim on your own.
I mean,
And what I mean by that is like sometimes that woman might not be exactly what you want, but you can turn that, change it, transform it into a person who understands, and that takes a lot of work.
you feel me?
I don't think you
She's
can,
more than
bro.
likely who you want, bro.
I don't
Rather,
think you can.
you
You
can, bro. Cause
can.
like,
I
look.
think y'all just met
You look
women
at a
who wanted
female,
that
right?
from
You'll
y'all.
look at a female and you'll be like, okay, she
That's the
may not be
difference.
who I want, right? You might look at a girl and be like, okay, she might not be who I want or what I want. No, 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 no. She is what you want. She's who you want. Okay.
Yeah.
You just gotta understand that sometimes the so like so look, the
Yeah.
idea, you
Yeah.
gotta plant the idea, bro. You gotta plant the idea. You gotta lay out the map. You know what I'm saying? You gotta lay out the plan.
There we go.
And at the end of the day, if you're
If
not
she wants
willing
to
to
hear it,
communicate, look, it takes communication sometimes because look, like
I'm not
there are
forcing that
like
down no woman ear,
some
especially
women
if you
are
ain't my
searching.
wife yet.
I mean,
Oh,
if
look, look.
SK want to talk, let him talk.
I,
I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie.
go ahead, SK. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, go ahead, bro.
Like I
Go
see where
ahead.
you coming from, but it's like, bro, no, you gotta be willing, just as willing I am to be open up to you. You gotta be willing to have open ears and listen and take account to what's going on.
Okay, let me add
I'm
this.
not
Let
forcing
me add
nothing
this
down
on
your
before
ear.
David
It's a
start talking. Before
compatibility
David
thing.
start talking, let me put this
That's
on
what
to
I
his
just
stand,
don't
bro.
understand where y'all coming from. Like, how do y'all not?
Exactly. You don't understand it. You have to be
Cause
it. And
I get what
sometimes
you're
that's
saying,
scary.
SK. I do, SK. I get that it does. It takes. It's mutual. It's mutual. You know, there are women who can be stubborn, but just the same way that there are men who can be stubborn. You know what I'm saying? So
But if I'm
listen,
okay, there could be any. I'm in front of you. It's me and this girl. If she doesn't want to see here and understand what the freak is going on out of my mouth, and mind you, not even really from my mouth, you know where it's
She's
from.
not going
But
to though. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
if she
that's
don't,
what I'm
then
saying.
goodbye. There will be a. Well, at least
But
I'll
that's
wait for
I
the
ain't gonna
woman who
lie. I
is.
ain't gonna lie. That's literally unforgivable. Like you're not being forgiving enough, and that's
No,
okay.
that is being forgiving. My thing is, can you be right here and be willing to listen and come on so we can just move on?
look. Even if she's not willing
No,
at
Am I
the end, bro.
tripping? Am
Look.
I tripping?
Even if at the end she decides,
my
I
bad.
don't really want to understand it. As a man, you
Then
should be
goodbye.
look. No, as a man, you should
You
be
got
smart enough
discipline.
to
You got
understand.
discipline.
that it's not a situation where she doesn't necessarily want to, bro. Nah, it's not a, oh, I don't want to understand it. It's a, oh, I've been hurt and I'm stubborn and I'm angry. That's most of the time what it is, bro. Imagine what you're gonna have to act like when you have a daughter, okay?
What
And
you
your daughter
mean?
goes, oh, whatever, dad, whatever, dad. You know good and well that she
See,
understands exactly what you.
that's different, bro. That's my child. I'm going to see. That's different. We're talking about a woman I'm coming
Bro,
across,
take
and I'm
away
trying
from
to.
the. I'm not talking about the kid. Don't put no freaking. Stop it. Just listen, okay?
You're
Because
doing
you're
that. You
you're
said my
labeling.
daughter. I
You're
can do
labeling,
that with my daughter, not no random
bro.
woman.
Yes, you can. There's no difference. A woman is a woman. The science behind how a
Yeah,
female girl, a female baby
yeah,
is born is the same as a fucking woman.
yeah.
Like, don't look. You are an
What
intelligent
does that have to
individual.
do with her being willing to listen to what I say and being right there?
Hold on,
Listen,
bro. That's
If
why
we're
I
on a
say
first
I'm like,
date,
hold on, please, please, please. Hold on, bro. SK. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong or right. You're right in your own sense.
there
What
are
I'm saying
levels of
is,
maturity, SK. There are levels of maturity.
it
If you're
is.
talking to
So
a woman
it
who
is.
is saying to you that she doesn't want to understand, you got to understand she's in a place where she's not mature enough to want to understand. And you got to be able to
and
say,
that's
okay,
fine, but you're not going to be next to me. I'm moving on to the
But
next
that's
woman. That's
limit.
all I've
That
been
limits
saying.
yourself, SK. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
How does that limit
limits you.
me?
It limits you
I'm
because,
the
bro,
one who
there are
wants to
not.
be a husband for her. If she's not
you
willing to
gotta
want to
be
be that,
willing,
goodbye.
bro.
What the hell? Am I tripping?
Someone to understand him, but he don't want to
No,
understand.
no, no. You're not
Am
tripping,
I
bro.
tripping?
No, 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 no. Stop it.
See,
Don't judge
look,
yourself
I'm
like
I'm
that.
sorry.
saying she steps out and leave. We're right here. Okay, okay. That's what I'm saying. Let me establish a scenario. Low key, this kind of went down. Let's say me and a girl is sitting right here. First time meeting up with each other, trying to get to know each other. We're open right
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
right now. First meet each other. You walk through the door. What's up? We talking about each other. I'm hearing her side. I'm okay. This where you work out. Okay, what led you to this? Okay, she asking me that. Okay, what's your biggest interest? Okay, it's modeling or something. I don't know. This is an example, but
Right, right, right.
okay, what led you to that? Music. Okay, what led you to? Okay, we're building rapport. We're doing this, but it gets to a point where it's like she kind of just don't fuck with it no more and just leave, and I'm fine with that. That's all I'm saying. But my thing is more so the fact of like the disrespect. Sometimes like come with it. It's kind of like,
It
bro.
is. It is
It's like,
disrespectful. Yeah.
okay, let's say we do have a disagreement, or like, let's say I live a certain lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Now she looking at me like this man who can't be this man for her because, as I said, a lot of these girls listen to the world. The world tell her the
Right.
man should be
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
but
So
I'm
what
coming to you
David
this
is
way,
saying,
and it's
let me
cool. It's
help you,
cool. But
bro.
my thing is
'Cause-
the disrespect
Go
that
ahead. Go
come
ahead.
with it. Like, okay, now I'm not this man that can be in your life and all that. That's cool. Walk out the door. But a lot of them want to sit there and I don't know how to explain it. Try to make
Disrespect.
it
That's
seem
what
like
you're
you're not
saying.
that one or something like that. I'm like,
So
no,
You're
get out
not
then
the
I
that
gotta
way.
ask
one.
you.
I don't know how.
I gotta ask you. I gotta ask you. Because if a scenario like that happened to me, same scenario, okay? Same scenario, word for word. If that happened to me, okay?
You want to invite your mamas?
And I didn't have no cake, I'm blaming myself. I'm gonna come to the conclusion. I'm gonna come to a point where I
Accountability.
That I
blame
wasted
myself,
my
and
time and energy on this woman.
the reason why is because I probably wouldn't have even met up with her in the first place if I didn't know she was a Christian. I don't have time to waste on somebody who does not have the same belief system as me. Okay, Kate is a
Boy, you have to
Christian.
grow
She
to that. That's why I
believes.
said in our first talking encounter, we have to lead to knowing that
No, 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 no. Before I even
and how
come to
much you're a
meet
Christian.
you,
Yeah,
before I even come to meet you, bro. Like, say I got a profile on Tinder or something. My
yeah.
profile is gonna say Christian. It has a cross
That's
in it.
good. Yeah.
So
That's
you
good.
shouldn't be sliding. You shouldn't be swiping up on me, seeing that I got a cross on my profile and that it says Christian on it with a Bible verse. You shouldn't be swiping up on it if you
So
don't
let me.
resonate with
Can
that.
I add
You
on
know what
to
I'm
some?
saying?
Can I add on to this?
Facts. Facts.
Can I add
Yeah.
on to this? So okay, like basically being on Tinder, like what David just said. I ain't gonna disrespect that at all. I'm saying like you find that woman by being how you are or who you are rather. But if you are in this nature of like every woman is like this, everyone is like that, you're not cleaning up that woman. And that kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I meant by turning a hoe into a housewife, quote unquote. But what I mean by that is sometimes women don't understand that shit, but David understands that women don't understand that shit. So like SK, you being wherever you are, like how you are mentally, it's just me and him been through a lot of womanhood type of shit. You know what I
I
mean? So
have
it's like,
too. I ain't speaking from thin air.
That's true. Not
yeah,
at all. Not at all. And I don't think that at all, bro. Every point that you've given has been valid. I'm just
yeah.
telling you
He's the
again though,
disciplined
like,
man.
I've
I
been
ain't
through
gonna
a
you
lie.
lot
know,
of negative experiences with women, bro.
you got,
Trust me.
I'll be
me
back.
too,
I'll be
bro.
back.
And I'll tell you, most of my negative experiences with women have been with non-Christian women.
I'm sorry I yelled at you. Okay, I didn't mean to.
Well, what's it called? What's it
Listen,
called? A lot of them was
all of
with
them
good,
have been
like
with non-Christian
all
women,
of
bro.
them.
If I could not say that I've had an experience with a Christian woman that was negative in the sense where it just didn't work out at all because our mindsets were just not anywhere near close. No, you know what I'm saying? That's not it. Either we're interested or we're not interested if it's a Christian woman. But if you're not Christian, you don't believe in God, you're on the borderline, you're not really sure, you're iffy, you know, you don't. If I don't know that you are a believer, then we're not meeting up at that restaurant to have that conversation, brother, because I can't be all too interested in her. Because at the end of the day, I'm not even necessarily worried about her misleading me per se, because I'm strong enough to continue to walk in my faith and do what I gotta do. But
For sure.
you don't want to be around things that are misleading, period. You don't want to be around things that might disrupt your spirit. You don't want to be around a consistent pattern, a consistent
Environment.
habit that is not of the Lord, and always be irked by it or be frustrated when you see it, because you know good and well that that's not what you rock with. But since that's your person, that's your lover, that's your wife, that's your whoever, you're going to just let it be around you. You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna approach them and you're gonna say, "Hey, I don't like that around us. I want it to go." And they're gonna go, "Well, if that was the case, if you didn't really like this part of me, then why did you ever decide to be with me?" You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Hold
it's
on.
like,
What David just
don't
said
ever
just made sense. Can y'all pause it real quick? Because I don't
go.
want to do it.
Go ahead. Where you
Pause
Hold
it.
on.
going?
Pause it. Pause it. Ate the apple. Apple. The back of your phone. Um, it's in today's time. That's why a lot of people say, you know, um, God is history. No, my bad. History repeats itself in a way because it does. It's when we choose to stop letting it repeat itself. You're supposed to be evolution. You're supposed to be all these things. If you don't believe me, go to, the white buffalo coming from black buffaloes. How did that happen? The reason why you asking how, the way, the bridge, is because you're not being the how. Me as a dancer, I understood. You name a lot of people who dance like how I am, and if you don't like my dance, it's just what it is. But a lot of people, I never got really a hateful comment from the shit because I am original. Everybody has that originality within themselves, respectfully so. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's not a religion versus a religion like your brother said. It's in your blood, bro. Like your brother said, he was like, it's not just one person. That's why he getting mad at the picnic table. He getting mad. He has every right to do so. I'm just listening. I'm like, I mean, he's talking truth. I mean, it's not just one person that you're supposed to follow. To become a child of God, you're supposed to become like God, not outside of Jesus Christ. And that becomes scary in a way. But who is God? And that's the question that we don't really answer or really give to people. You know what I mean? Because we see it as black, white, Mexican, Chinese, or whoever you are from the outside looking in. But everybody has a spirit of their own. It's when you start to say, no, you supposed to be like this. You damaging somebody else's spirit, whether you realize it or not. At the beginning, there was a word, and the word was God. You know what I'm saying? Sound. I'm a dancer, so I can understand sound. Everybody can understand sound. It's just what you hear, but it's the action first plus what you hear, which creates creating a story and then titling it rather than I got a title, entitlement. So I'm going to follow that. People are lost because you haven't created your own. God gave you the ability to create your own. So, I mean, I'm so used to it at this point. You know what I mean? That's all I've been practicing for 6 years now. I'm very grateful for that. I can go outside, look at the sun, look at the trees, look at everything, and breathe in the air, and be the avatar. Because if you're gonna be somebody who is an avatar of or a son of God, you got to be that. You can't just speak it, and that's okay. I mean, like a lot of people just speak it, and a lot of people just do what they got to do. We didn't even watch this video, but it's cool. Um, a lot of people just speak it, and a lot of people just misunderstand it. But I truly do understand it, and that comes out of like and the reason why you haven't seen Tehran um, heavily is because that's all I've been doing at work. Whether I'm at work, at Amazon, man, Amazon was the greatest gift. I swear to God, because I was able to be outside in nature to understand that you are nature. But we don't understand this shit in a certain point. So when I look at certain people talking and the way they senses is arranged, it's like, man, the happiness that you're searching for is within you. It's within you. God never gave up on you. Jesus never gave up on you. I'm telling y'all that. Respectfully so. So I mean, it's hard at a certain point, but to answer your question, I mean, I think that we are all a oneness, and your brother told you this, trying to speak to you through God's will. And if you took it, you took it. If not, then I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, he spoke to you and spoke to me, and that's why I shut the fuck up. Because I'm like, that's why he's mad. He wouldn't be mad because he might be some type of a warrior or artist, and I can't speak for him. But when he said at the picking table at the, you know, where I am right now, Oak Park. Oak Park means the land of trees, the tree of wisdom. Um, it's a lot to it. You know what I mean? I think people understand in spirit. We're just not willing to get past the point where we're scared of or afraid of or doing all these other things. And once you get past that point, it's like, oh, no, I understand. And that's not being the God in a way. You know what I mean? It's not trying to be nothing but yourself. And when you be yourself, you are respecting God in a way. Truthfully so. So the happiness within me is lasting long. Like I never thought that I was able to try to, and it's recording, and I'm aware of that. But trying to be like some, yeah, I got that girl. Man, none of that shit exists for real, bro. It's just some, it's a contractability. It's contractability, contract. That's why people sign contracts. It's a contractability. Con means swindle. Meaning to swindle somebody, you're putting them into a misdirection. Tract means exactly what you know it is a tract. If I'm following a road, that's a tract. But who road is it? That's the scary part. So that's why I get back to ownership. I think a lot of people should own themselves in a way. And how do you own yourself? I mean, being truthful. Truth will set you free. I mean, thou shalt not lie. It's all in ancient history. We just afraid of going what? Backwards. Backwards. Your back, your spine. And I think once we truly start to realize that a lot of this shit is really God given, and you're not supposed to understand it all. You're supposed to understand where you are. It's a God given ability because I've been through hell. I'm not talking about just like hardship throughout human consciousness. I'm talking about literal through because recording through all that. I've been through that. Respectfully so. But he was showing me heaven. Because you got to go through to go to heaven. Man, when I say I felt heaven on earth, I truly have. And it's not out of no drugs and shit. It's not out of none of that. It's really, truly out of like, damn, I have to stop gossiping. First off, that's the first thing that we should do. Stop talking. Like, stop gossiping behind the scenes. Oh, I'm the only person who's seen it. I'm the only person who God's seen it. When are we gonna understand this? You know what I mean? So I fight out here every day, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. Cause I'm an omnis. If you can look that up. OMNISTT. No, my bad. OMNIST. Yeah, there you go. Omnis. But an omnis is somebody who understands it all. So do you want to be a child of God to understand it all? That's why we arguing. I don't argue. I debate. There's a difference. Because it's like, I'm going to tell you that you're not right about your personal opinion. Divide and conquer. Devalue somebody. Know what? I don't believe what you believe in. I'm going to separate myself from you. Fuck, man. Divide and conquer. And it's getting heavy out here. That's why the world is not getting better. The economy is fucked up. It's because we don't understand. Like your brother said, through his spirit, the strongest spirit that I've met so far in today's time, it's not just one person. It's all of us. And once we truly start to understand that, you can watch. It's the best example I can give through anime. And it's not me trying to be God, it's just me understanding. What I understand is that the avatar, what is an avatar? It's an embodiment of a spirit. If I avatar somebody on my video game, it's embodiment of my spirit. If I play 2K and I create my career, and I play 2K and I create this player, it's really what I want to be like in today's world. An avatar. So, when you look at it, the avatar of the last airbender, and I never wanted to get back to this point. You're not supposed to be a part of the airways. You're supposed to bend it. Strictly. You're supposed to create out of nothing. So Adam and Eve, getting back to your point, brother, I would say that they misconstrued something because, like I said, I ain't say this, but truly, they was like, I am naked at the beginning. What is the problem with being naked? Because they said, I am being the space, naked. Everything changed after that. Because they realized something they were not supposed to. The serpent. The serpent was somebody who is a fallen angel, but he's still an angel. When you start to understand that, he's like your child rather than some God. And that's why I respect you so much, because you know this in spirit. Hey, I follow Jesus Christ. What you was telling us the other day. During your spirit. You know what I mean? Like, when you was telling us when we was at Dave's house. And I'm being the mediator. I'm trying to get Dave to understand. I'm trying to get you to understand. I'm trying to get Dave to understand. I'm trying to get the mediator. Park. Bro. Over here, you got a lot of niggas over here just thinking they at the high point. Got a lot of niggas over here. I got cousins in the hood. The mediator. You know what I'm saying? If you don't understand that, I mean, it doesn't make me above you. It just means that I'm doing my purpose. That's why I'm so happy all the time. I don't really understand it. That's why I'm able to talk to a woman easily. It's not a problem for me because I know the fear that is behind it. Like, you gonna cheat on me? Well, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I told y'all know who I'm talking about because it's recording. I ain't gonna disrespect her, but like, That's what I'm talking about. Like, just tell me the real. I don't care. I dated. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just being willing to understand, like Adam and Eve is you know, the spirit of what we talk about might have been white, black, artist in the third, right? It doesn't matter about their color. It doesn't matter about their humanism. It matters about their spirit that's living on today. Eve might have fucked up, but when you said I am naked, you fucked up. And they might not understand this through spirit alone. It gets scary, but it's not really scary once you get used to it. I think a lot of us know that in 2025. Um, I'm not a Christian. You don't hear me saying it or vibrating the words through meaning. I'm an omnist. You can look this up. The belief that all religions have some truth in it. And some people just chose to devalue it, like Christianity, like Muslim, like Hinduism, like all these other things, devalue it and say, no, you're wrong. But to do that is basically disrespecting God, not Jesus, God. Because last time I checked, I can order a hamburger from a restaurant that comes from a cow. Did I create a cow? No, I did not. I didn't create that. You get what I'm saying? So it's really getting back into the nature. It's like I don't understand it all because God does. And then when you get to that, it's exactly where you need to be. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to be a preacher to people, but I just preach in a way. And I mean, people like my Instagram story and all this other shit and telling me like I'm mature, but it's me being the way I am. Exactly how every human is supposed to be. Because the peace and harmony that we searching for is exactly like just be honest. Thou shalt not lie. Like it's simple shit, but we just don't do it on a daily basis. You know what I mean? So, Adam and Eve, I would say that they were one of God's creations. But what happened before Adam and Eve? Originality. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's not disrespecting Christianity. It's not disrespecting, um, Muslim because they believe in what y'all believe in. It's me understanding. Like I'm a dancer. Do y'all understand what that means? If you don't, search the spiritual meaning of it, and then you understand. And just dance is really literal nowadays. But I'm so patient with it because I see it in real time with RS because we recording RS, and I see it within a lot of girls. I see it within a lot of women. They don't know where they are, but they lost. You know what I mean? They lost because of a man who wasn't masculine. Masculinity doesn't mean being hard. It means being soft and then hard. What is ice? Water. Come on now. Ice is hard because water was soft. It's the balance that is life. And we know this is just, it's going to take some time for people to really understand where I'm coming from. And I'm okay with that because, you have to search everything. And it's not people being evil. It's certain people out here really like trying to give Christianity the help that it needs. You know what I mean? That's why I give the help that it needs. You know what I mean? I can't call myself a Christian if I'm not out here really following all 10 commandments. But I'll shut the fuck up and be like, damn, they're truly ordered, bro. They know how to stand up as a frontline person and be strong, regardless of what's going on in the external. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just here sharing as a prophet rather than a false prophet of something that I understand completely, and I think that's what we need. No matter what age I die, man, I stop getting the fear of death. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what God has in plan for me. I mean, I smoke. Sometimes I drink alcohol. Sometimes I smoke weed. Barely smoke weed though. I gotta be honest. But I do all these things, but it's It's about serving, being a servant of Him. And sometimes that's gonna get hard, but it's worth it because I'm seeing it in real time. With RS. You know what I mean? I'm seeing it in real time with questions that I'm asked about, and I'm like, I didn't even know she felt that way. You know what I'm saying? So, I respect you, brother, because you need to. I ain't gonna lie, you're on the right path. You don't need to be putting your spirit in nobody at all, because that's what sex is. It's putting your spirit in somebody. You know what I'm talking about. So, um, so I posted on my story, and I was like, all right, this is the only one person that can be like, damn, this is a real nigga. You know what I mean? Like, we made fun of you through middle school and high school, whatever it was, but that's real shit. You know what I mean? I had to learn off of two of the bodies that we call. You got two bodies, you know what I'm saying? I had to learn off of that. And so I would say, getting back to your point, my bad. Getting back to your point, Adam and Eve was a spirit. It wasn't about what they looked like. Nothing. Whether they was white, black, you got so many arguments. It was not about that. It's about the spirit that goes through you. That's why we point this way, because we know what it is. It's just a lot of people don't follow this as a rhythm. If I do this and then do this, it's a change of rhythm. If I do this and do this, it's a rhythm. A lot of us don't like to follow the rhythm of God because it gets hard out here, man. Or Jesus Christ. Because I truly do believe, like, you have to become like Jesus Christ. You're not never going to be him. My face is not him. My spirit, like, I'm skinny. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have all of the attributes. You know what I mean? I still do certain things that Jesus Christ did not do. But to understand Jesus Christ is to become him in a way. Because he's giving you all the commandment, principality. You know what I mean? So I think, um, you know, Adam and Eve probably was the start. But I think they was tricked by the serpent because they didn't understand nothing. But that's not their fault. So I forgive them too. If that makes sense. That's how you shape the future. You know what I mean? Adam and Eve was, you know what I mean, white, black. You got certain people thinking how they think. It is what it is. I'm a learner of life. But okay, Adam and Eve over here, she took the apple and she didn't understand that apple was spelling in a way. I'm the start. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm the start. Without understanding the start. And it can't be spoken through my word alone. It can only be spoken through your spirit. And I think a lot of people, you can go to church. That's good. You know what I mean? You can go, I would say, like, atonement is the way right now. And atonement truly means tone, right? Watch your tone. Watch your tone. It's in our word. At the beginning, there was a word, and the word was God. Tone. That's your tone. You better watch your tone. No, they don't have to watch their tone. They have to be themselves. And you have to understand their tone. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people call me like a preacher in a sense. And I'll be looking at them like, I'm not. I'm just being a servant of God. And that's truly the happiness that you're looking for, regardless. I love my moms, bro. Regardless of the internet. I love my moms. So it's not like I'm trying to be above you. It's just like, I know this shit because I've changed her. I've changed this girl. I've changed this man. I've changed this person. I've changed my sister. I've changed him. Being the Holy Spirit. And it's hard out here, man, because a lot of people don't embody it because they're afraid of it. But God and Jesus, the child of God, gave you, you know what I mean? And some people call it a law. And I don't mind that, a law. Because if you truly, I'll send you a video if you need it. They truly are like cousins to spirituality. It's not you changing your religion. It's just Respectfully so, they have a principality, a order of life, because order is order without order without motion. No, my bad. Motion without order is chaos. Is do as I will. That's why I'm not afraid no more, because I know I've been on this. You know what I'm saying? So that spirit that lives within you, SK, I mean, is strong, and you know that. Um, and just being a servant of something that you already know within yourself. I can't explain everything that you've been through. I've only been in your house a couple times, you know what I'm saying? And that's your sanctuary, that's your home. But I would say, like, yeah, man, believe in Christianity. I'm not, gonna go against it at all. Just believe in the principalities more than you believe in, certain things that you hear. Because it's, the devil is out here without being seen. And I understood the devil. Blade. I haven't even watched the movie Blade. Real shit. It's just I understand that I'm the vampire slash vampire hunter. But I only became the vampire because the vampire
You
bit
hear
me.
me?
Yeah, I got you. What's
I'm about to
up?
say, have you? I was about to say, I don't believe in. I'm gonna say,
I can't hear you. I can't hear you, bro. Yeah, I can't hear you, bro.
you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm about to say, I don't. It's not that I don't claim Christianity. It's just the way the world make that label.
And
I
that's
don't.
your spirit though. But that's
You
good.
feel
You
me?
on the right. You on the right path. Like I said, I haven't met another friend like you, bro. And you got to give yourself that right. And it's not
I
copy.
consider myself a follower of Jesus Christ of the Holy Bible. That's
Yeah, yes,
and that's
sir.
that. That's the
Yes,
title
sir.
of me. But what's it called? And I didn't mean to interrupt you because my joint wasn't working when I went to say it when you were saying don't believe in Christianity. I'm like, bro, don't even. I'm not like
Now I can see what you're talking about. Like literally through your spirit alone, bro. Like I wouldn't like you know what I did on my story, and I'm like, this it's not a lot of people I do that about. But I'm telling you, I'm not your God, I'm not your Jesus or whatever like this other shit is. My narcissism, basically. I'm
hmm
saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying that you have to stop being so hard on yourself, bro. And I know it's recording, but I gotta be honest. You gotta stop being so hard on yourself. Like you are a confident man ready to break out. You know what I'm saying? Like you've been what is it called? Celibate? No disrespect. I know it's recording, but like you know what I'm saying? You've been celibate and you did the right thing, bro. You just have to not even open up the door. You have to be like, man, I'm the leader of this. Yeah, I'm the leader of this. Shish. You know what I'm
see,
saying?
I
I
can't do
am.
that, bro. I can't
And
do
that's
that.
the problem, bro.
I can't. If I
That's
do
the
it, I don't
problem.
know. It's not even fear. It's just more so the fact of like, there's no point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, ain't no point. Sometimes, like on some Cedar Point shit, ain't no point. You better ride that roller coaster.
Mhm.
You better ride that
But
roller coaster.
I'm about to say, but were you done? I ain't want to interrupt. I just wanted to clarify the Christianity
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
part. Okay.
whoever listening, I ain't disrespecting no religion at all. I just think that we have to get back to a point that the devil, and I'm telling y'all this, like truly, just believe me, trust me, the devil has infiltrated all religions, literally. But it's supposed to be like puzzle pieces. I'm an omnis. Look it up after we done with this stream, and look it up. Look up what that means. Some people call it evil. It is what it is. It's a very rare understanding. It's not even a religion. But you take this piece right here of Christianity being so ordered, so militant, so we can't like nah you like my son, I gotta get you right. But you also have motion. And nothing can destroy that. Try to go outside and fight air, bro. You can't. It's when the people The last airbender, I think I am. But it's when people try to understand the airways, live on air, and all these other things, they understand it. You know what I mean? But it's when they forgot about all the other elements. That's why I broke it down the other day. It's like the Fire Nation is nothing but willpower. Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. You know what I'm saying? And that's truthful, in a way that I can't really explain for real. But it's very truthful. It's right here. Your willpower. You know what I mean? I will do this. I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to do that. At what detriment, though? So you're willing to eat a baby? Not you, obviously. But you're willing to. Wait, you still there?
Yeah, mine's are just freezing up. Am I talking clear?
I'm gonna wait.
Dang, I'm trying to really freezing up like that. I don't even know what to do.
Excuse me. Oh, you back?
Yeah,
Okay. What was I saying? Um. So basically, what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to be a teacher at all. But like, the reason why Teron has not been seen at all through friendship, and then I had to prove something that I didn't have to prove, is because I believed in Thou Shalt Not Lie. You know what I mean? It's the energy. What's going on? Are you still here?
yeah. Hold on, my bad.
No, you good.
Switching to this phone kind of just tripping me up. Just cool.
So yeah, I feel like I'm a natural speaker in a way. You know what I mean? It's not me trying to be like ahead of nobody. I think life is a race, not a marathon. They started on my left arm. I think that we should probably watch this video after I'm done talking. But you know, you in the right place at the right time, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? I look up to you in a way. You know what I mean? Being celibate, I have not always been celibate. You know what I mean? At the part of RS, I had to get her right. Like I'm like, nah, you gonna have to earn 3 months out of me. And she
Hmm.
understood, she understood this, but I wasn't willing to be like, you can't do what you got to do because I think God got you. That's why she go to church. But and I don't even go to church, but I had to become the church rather than um trying to listen to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like I had to really become it in a way. You know what I mean? Human being. It's a process that a lot of us are afraid of, and it's okay. But um, I'm telling y'all, like, and truthfully, like, I hope people can take this away and take the knowledge that I got without even trying. Um, but trying in an aspect of like I'm just trying to understand it all. You know what I mean? And then doing that, I realize I can't. You know what I mean? But it's about the trying to do it. Is what get a lot of people into a space. You know, people talking about the Big Bang Theory, but I'm telling y'all, it's the airways. I can break this shit down right now. I'm gonna break it down. The airways, right? It's infinite. It doesn't have a stoppage to it. You know what I mean? How do you base yourself within the airways, which the devil has not done? Earth, the Earth Nation, right? Avatar. Um, it's so beautiful. But air. I mean, Earth doesn't last without air. Every plant, every tree that you see outside, right, has a sacred geometry to it that leads up to other understanding. Um, but the sacred geometry in a tree, like just go outside and look at a tree right now. You know what I mean? It's the Earth Nation. It's trying to speak without the English language. You know what I mean? So that's air plus earth. Because what is a tree without oxygen? You know what I'm saying? Okay, and then we get back to the Fire Nation. Where does the Fire Nation come into this? The sun. S-U-N, not the sun. S-U-N. The core of the earth. The core. I'm speaking out of my core. So you already know it through spirit. What else is it? The Water Nation. 70%, 80% actually of Earth is the ocean. It moves. It doesn't. It doesn't. Bruce Lee. I would point people towards Bruce Lee if you want to understand the Water Nation. So how do you become all of that? It's by understanding it all. What does God do? Is understanding it all. So I'm not the God, but I'll be damned to say I haven't understood God, and that's a hard. It might take a couple years. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I can't speak for God. I mean, God is the creator of all, and it gets scary, but it's worth it every single time. Every single time. So, you know, that's my best way I can give people to understand. Like, you're supposed to be naturally happy, or you're supposed to be naturally in a state of peace wherever you are. You can have the brokest pockets of all time. I don't. But, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm saying, like I've been in a broke state. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but that's where we're searching for, and you know what I mean. Peace and harmony, and the things that we search for is literally within you. It just gets harder at a certain point. You know what I mean? Through your brain, through all this other shit. You know what I mean? So it's not about the Big Bang Theory and all this other shit. It's about understanding it all. Because God never gave up on people who don't understand Christianity. No, because he is Buddhism as well. If he wasn't Buddhism, he wouldn't have created it. You know what I mean? He is Hinduism. He is all these other religions. What stopped us is that one parasite in the middle. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, you this, you that, you that, you that. Divide and conquer is the goal of the devil. And I think, well, I ain't gonna lie. I know that a lot of people just need to get back to this point. Hopefully this video can become viral and get people to understand, not out of my sense and trying to make you some other different human being. I just being a servant. I really am. Like, and I have been for a long time. Right now, you know what I mean. So Adam and Eve is just one point of time, and I think we have to understand that you want to keep repeating the Bible, or do you want to become something that's beyond that? And that's not the devil, bro. I'm telling y'all, the devil is gonna keep you in a state of mind. You can prove it every time. I mean, it's gonna happen every single fucking time. I don't know why. I lost the understanding of why. I have no demon. Um, but understand, like, that's the reason is the most heavily is religion on this planet is Christianity, and we don't own none of this shit. And I know a lot of people, like you was talking the other day, like, oh, it don't matter if what I own, but I'm telling you, they understand all this shit. From the second you start to look at your television, it's not television. I know a lot of people on TikTok do that shit. You don't see me on TikTok talking about spirituality for a reason. I speak about it because I understand it from the ground up. My name is Teron. You can look up what that means. It vibrates through my body. My mom gave me that name. Teron means Earthman. Doesn't mean I'm your God. It just means I'm one of them ones. Respectfully so. And that's why I be looking at other people's names. I'm like, Bernard, look up the meaning of your name, and you will start to understand stuff. David, look up the meaning of your name. You know what? This person, look up the meaning of your name because it's vibrating through your body. Oh, it's too scientific. No, that's called logic. Then leave them alone. The airways. Do you know what I'm saying? Aang in the last Airbender didn't motherfucking just focus on air. I already got that. That was my start. How do I understand earth? How do I understand fire? Which is the hardest one to understand because these brothers out here is really trying to kill us. I don't understand water. Bruce Lee is what I'm gonna point y'all to. You will start to understand. You only gotta be a fighter to really understand that shit. Me, I'm a spiritual fighter because of him. Am I gonna disrespect him because he didn't believe in Christianity? No. No. He was a human being who had a heart. And I'm telling y'all, look at the Pierre Burton show interview with him. And he was like literally trying to fight through a Fire Nation. Somebody who was interviewing him who was a part of the Fire Nation. So I think if we break it down in that point, we'll become more simplistic. You know what I mean? It's not about, who is the God. It's about that God is the creator of all. Because last time I checked, the bees got to take care of that flower in order for me to breathe. It's being in unison. Uni means all. Unisense, what I sense. So when you put them together, that's what we call spelling. But it's up to you to really understand that these people out here understood us from the ground up. It's unfortunate, but that's literally how the way it is. So, you know what I mean? I got a lot to talk about because, I don't go around people at work talking about this shit, but I changed them through spirit alone. Oh shit, I'm in my Earth Nation sense. Okay, let me just spill it out so they can understand. I'm originally the last airbender. I don't really see a lot of people who is really like me at all. That's why I dance the way I dance, and I haven't got one negative comment on my dance because I dance through the airwaves, and it was natural. Respectfully so, whoever you are looking at this, but it doesn't make me God. It just makes me one of them ones. You know what I mean? You got to be a servant. And me, I don't understand. Some people got more, earthly. That's why people say get grounded. Your awareness, your self-consciousness, you better control it. I'm telling you, people out here know how to control it. Know how. Strictly. You would not be feeling anxious. You would not be feeling fearful if you truly understand the God that's in you. Doesn't mean I'm the God of everything. You listen to me. I'm telling y'all, bro. Birds exist. You know what I mean? The wolves. You know how people say I'm a lone wolf? Wolves exist. Cows exist. All these things exist. Can I understand them completely? No. I was in the car one day. I'm preaching right now. I don't know how to explain it. I was in the car one day. And I was like, with my mother, the boyfriend that she had, but he died out of respect for them all. Respectfully, in Jesus' name. My sisters, Tori and Taylor. I think Taylor was there. But we was driving from Tori's, and I don't mind spelling this. Tori's university. You know what I mean? We was driving back, South Carolina. We was driving back. And I gave them the word. I'm like, what if how you see blue is not how I see blue? What if in school times, that's why I said it's how you're taught, it's not what you're taught. Hey, this is blue. What if I seen that as red, but you see that as blue? Just the word. Because we don't understand. At the beginning, there was the word, and the word was God. We think that means, and I say we on purpose, we think that means what you tell me is true. Okay, then why are we still suffering? Why you told me this was gonna be like that, but it's not like that. Well, what are you talking about? Because it's not through here. It's through. It's the unspeakable. And I think that's what a lot of us is scared of. Me personally, I'm a dancer. I had no choice but to understand the shit. I mean, that's why I be looking like you can dance. You just choose not to. It's not evil. It's gonna actually help you in a scientific manner. That's the gift of God that God gave me. You know what I mean? So I'm just being a servant of God, literally. I don't know when the last time I've truly been upset or mad. I've been upset, but I haven't been mad at all. I really don't know when the last time. That's why I can drink this shit right here. Out of the little times that I do, and have some fun. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully towards the camera, but I think that a lot of us, we get into this nature of I am God rather than being a servant. So I think you know it in spirit. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows in the spirit. I'm a prophet rather than a false prophet. You know what I mean? I think that's how God made me. You know what I mean? I speak, and it's certain people that grew up with us in Berkeley that's older than me that's looking at me like, damn, Ryan, you mature. Like, what you saying on your story? Yeah, because I don't care about all that attention shit. That is not where I get at. I'm cute enough. Symmetry, design principles. Y'all have to be like Blade, bro. Understand it all. Because guess what? God understands it all. And I'm still on the track to try to understand it all, but I'm honored. I'm honored to be able to try to understand it all. So, you know, um, everybody's on you exactly where you need to be. Not just SK, it's just whoever I'm talking to. You know what I mean? You exactly where you need to be. You just have to understand, like, you didn't create it all. You have to become a part of the rhythm. So while we search for algorithms on the phone, square. Your phone is square. Name one thing natural that was square. Before humankind. The clouds ain't square. The heaven that we want to get to, that ain't square. The atmosphere is not square. Sacred geometry. So I think, we try to get to some evenness point. I'm even. I'm gonna get even. Oh, guess what? It's another story on Detroit News that you just killed this woman because you tried to get even with her because she broke up with you. The world ain't going nowhere but destruction. The devil. It's up to you to be a angel in a world that is really hell. That you will start to understand, like, no matter what I do, I drink alcohol sometimes, smoke vape heavily. Um, barely smoke weed. I ain't gonna lie, but God doesn't judge you, bro. Like, he really doesn't. He, she, he has different religions. He, she, whatever that was, he is the creator. And it gets scary once you start to understand this. But, that's a long answer. But getting back to Adam and Eve, I just think that Adam and Eve didn't understand. Because all the devil told them was, you're naked. How would I be aware of being naked if you didn't tell me that? The snake, the serpent. I want you to judge yourself so I can lead judgment. Is when you become the person that was before Adam and Eve. How do you do that? Understanding Adam and Eve. Understanding instead of overtaking. I could speak all day about who this person was and how this person was, and Adam and Eve was like this, and I can be a false prophet, or I can be one of them ones. And every single one of us got that spirit in us. That's why I stopped like the ego shit. Oh yeah, I got this girl. I can get this girl. Man, I can get any girl I want in high school. I stopped that shit. Nah, you gotta be what I want you to be. But that's me being respectful of myself. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, real shit. I mean, it's very easy, and we still haven't watched the video, but it's cool. Real shit. I feel like I'm a prophet in a way, not a false one. I choose to be honest. You know what I mean? I choose to be honest. Like, I've been hated before with my own mother. She in the other room, so I don't want to be too loud, but she know what it is. You know what I mean? I'm able to lead her, my own sisters, other people in today's time, but that comes from that fighting through without physically harming them, but you're harming the spirit that's within them, the demons that I talk about. Blade, bro. You gotta be like that, and that's not in a literal sense. I know he was in a movie, Wolverine versus Deadpool, because I watched it at the theater. But that's the best example I can give. It's like you're not supposed to be the devil. It's when you start to look behind the curtain and realize that the devil runs off adrenaline. Seriously. He gonna die once everybody stop doing that shit. He's gonna die. He's literally hanging on. He already inspired. It's just we hanging on to him. Why? Because we don't do things like thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not steal. Stealing is the best way to atone. If you ever stole in your life, atone it right now. Because it's a scientific understanding to it that I can't speak through words. It's scary to understand that shit. But when you steal, you basically selling your soul, whether you know it or not. Whether that's still an idea. And it's on TikTok. I'm trying to do the same dance. I'm trying to do the same type of music. I'm trying to do the same. You're stealing. Copy and paste. That's why you're cursed. It's when you really get out of this cursemanship and start understanding, I need to atone. It's the biggest word. Look it up. Study it on etymology.com. Study it on Google. Etymology literally means the origination of words. At the beginning, there was a word, and the word was God. But the beginning of words, right? Start to study it, man. I mean, that's all I've been doing. That's my practice. That's I get some type of pleasement out of that. It's not just the drugs that I've done and the alcohol that I've drank. Literally in this right now, I'm drinking some Settler. It's only 5% though, but it's not out of no crack. I don't know. I never took crack, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's not out of no pleasure. Pleasure is not enough. You know what I mean? I smoke vape, but I'm able to smoke vape because I've changed it in a way. The spirit of it. You know what I mean? The devil is a fallen angel. The devil is a fallen angel. It's when you give up on the devil, it's when he go crazy. Nah, I'm gonna put my hand out and be like, hey brother, you're wrong. And that's when he become like, I'm a student of life. Fuck. I didn't know this. Through our God's time, man. So Tehran, man, Earth man. That's where I really strive from. I think everybody should look up the meaning of their name and you'll understand your purpose more. You know what I mean? Lazarus. one who rose out of the dead. Lazar is my middle name, but one who rose out of the dead of through Jesus Christ. Favors. I do favors for people, so it all goes together for my name. But I can't speak for other people. I'm being a servant. You know what I mean? You have to understand yourself, understand your upbringing, understand your mother, understand honor thy father, thy mother. All these things is given to us. We just don't do it. We talk it. And that's what I meant by practice what you preach. That's why I'm able to be like this right now. You know what I mean? Because I practice what I preach. It's regardless of what's on camera right now, 3 hours and 29 seconds and 42 seconds. Oh, my bad. 3 hours and 29 minutes and 47 seconds. I'm able to be this regardless of where I am. That's a king. That's the king that you're looking for. You don't got to be a king of other people. You got to be a king of them spirits. That's low key in everybody. I ain't gonna lie. In today's world, if you don't own nothing, yes, there's gonna be certain spirits that try to search for you. Not, I don't know. But it's when you stop engaging into them. Like literally, bro. I know it's a long, answer and whatever, but gotta get this off of me. I gotta get this off of my spirit. So I hope this can help people in the long run. I hope you can clip it. But I understand something different. You know what I mean? Of course, be God fearing. Be a God fearing man, but don't fear God. You know what I mean? When you fear God fearing man to me means you just never will understand God's nature and who lived here originally. But you can understand his characteristics. And that's the gift. Because sometimes I'll be like, man, why am I happy? Because I follow that. I don't have to speak about it too much. You don't see me on TikTok being a preacher. A false prophet versus a prophet. It's a difference. Bro. It's a big difference. I mean, I think everybody has the nature of being a prophet, but you have to be a servant of God. And that doesn't mean being the most perfect person in the world. It's just literally what, David was talking about is like, you're imperfectly perfect. But I already said this. I gave that to him for him to share it. You get what I'm saying? I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job. So, however I die, I'm cool with it. I lost the fear of death, man. I finally understand that you got to be heaven in order to get to it. And sometimes that might be an understanding that you might not truly understand all the way. You know what I mean? And that's, I've been through it too. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't like, what's tatted on my arm? It's not a race, it's a marathon. You might understand something different. I might understand something different, but this is in me, bro. Realistically, I shake a lot of people. And I ain't even trying to. I'm not even trying to like be some god of yours. Like the devil, basically. I'm trying to be this person that you should follow. Okay, brother. I ain't gonna lie. And I still call you a brother. Sit down. You're the passenger. I'm the driver. You get what I'm saying? So there's a lot to it. I think, it's not a race, it's a marathon. When you study Nipsey Hussle and his spirit is strong. It's still living through me. You know what I mean? I didn't even notice, man, but it's living. It's a real spirit that made it to heaven for real. Cause I was at Amazon one day and I'm listening to Victory Lap by Nipsey Hussle, and I'm able to rap every lyric without really studying it. That's how I knew that spirit was coming through me. Originality. You know what I mean? So I think when we start to understand, like, it's gonna take whatever God chooses to make you, or however you are, like spiritually, because everybody got a unique spirit. We love to say we're all the same. Of course we are. I shit, you shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna cut this light on. But I shit, you shit. Um, we pee. You know what I mean? Like a car driving by, we can relate on that idea. It's really true, like literally. But it's truly understanding that we're never going to be the same. And that's, I don't know why, but we're never going to be the exact same. We are one. Don't get it fucked up. I have a heart. You have a heart. I have a liver, however you want to call it. You know, we are living organisms. It's not hard, but what are animals too? Living organisms. Understanding that, I mean, that's the Adam and Eve we're all searching for. Truly, the originality that a lot of people are searching for us is, you know, it's a reason why people said they didn't waste their time. You have to understand, if you want to be somebody who, you got to understand me, like you're not understanding where I'm coming from. It's because, have you truly understood all of that is life before your time? That's why you're here today. Ancient history, and some ancient history has been misconstrued, but it takes a long time. I can't speak for other people because I'm literally like that. I don't mean that in some cockiness shit. I literally mean like, I'm literally like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different, it's unspeakable through words. So, you know, women are not attracted to God-fearing men. The reason why they're not attracted to God-fearing men is because they believe God is good, right? It's what you say after is or am. They create this buildings within their consciousness to think that I don't want a good person. I don't want a nice boy. I don't want a mama's boy. I don't want a nice person. They're traumatized. They want something evil because they think that, I'm gonna break it down to y'all, and this shit gonna get scary. Opposition just equates to good and evil. Opposition can be literally whatever you want it to make it. So if I say, I had a good day at work, but I didn't have a bad day at home. I just had a different way at home. I had a good day at work by working hard and being serious. When I got home, I was happy. Create your oppositions instead of letting this shit right here, just by the sentence is saying in the space between the words, which we call spelling, to control you. And that takes time, man. I can't explain for other people. Women are not attracted to God-fearing men. If you fear God, face that fear instead of any other fear. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be a God-fearing man because God is infinite. Like, God doesn't stop. I don't know how to explain it, but you are one of them ones. You are a child of God, respectfully. So it's like a sprout, or no, a waterfall, not a waterfall, but like one of them fucking things that you see at a mall or something that's trying to sprout out of you. The water that's trying to sprout out of you, but we keep holding it back through lies. It's the most harmful thing in the world, bro. I swear to God, and it seems so easy to do. It's the most harmful thing in the world, a lie. It changes your life when you truly understand it. And it's so easy to do, but, you know, we're going to get back to this point because I'm not God. I'm just one of the ones. I'm being a servant. So, am I worried about heaven? No. Because I experienced heaven on earth. Literally, clear-mindedness. Clear-mindedness. Nothing bothers me. You know what I mean? So, it's like the ticket into heaven. It's just, the Ten Commandments is going to help a lot of people if you just follow it. Or if you want to be a part of Buddhism, you know, follow Buddhism. You want to be but follow it. Don't just say it. Don't just say it. Because you're not practicing what you're preaching. So how you going to listen to a preacher but you ain't practicing what you preach? That's why the word is destruction today. Like, bro, I'm telling y'all. So, you know, of course I got a lot to talk about. You know what I mean? I choose to stay quiet. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand it. And that's cool. I'm not above you. I'm not your God. I'm not your way. I'm not your person. I'm not somebody you supposed to listen to and be like, I'm supposed to be like Teron because he got on the red shirt. That's not what I'm saying. I got on the red shirt because there's a lot of understanding to it. You know what I'm saying? The red energy. The reason why the stop sign and the stoplight is red. It's a lot to it, man. So, human being will understand this at some point. I just fought for it for years to the point where I ain't gonna lie, I get tired, man. I get tired. I get tired out here. It's like I'm being a servant around, bro. And it's like I don't know what people misunderstood or whatever. You don't see me preaching a lot. I dance, bro. I like to have fun. I like to be a part of the motion and the order. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know where we going. I truly believe we're heading into destruction because I predicted COVID. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. And this sounds crazy, but I predicted COVID in a way because I was like, something about to happen. Something happened. Then I had to understand them. I'm like, okay, this they design, this how they making it. Okay, it's a placebo effect. Look up the placebo effect if you don't believe me. Years later, why the fuck does this have to happen? I don't know. Years later, they broke out and said, Dr. Fauci, by the way, broke out and said, yeah, the 6 feet distance was fake. It's hypnosis. If a hypnotist or somebody who know how to hypnotize tell you something, it's like Chris Angel. Look it up if you don't believe me. A magician understood if I tell you something and you don't understand what I got, I can convince you. Gullibility is dangerous. It's very dangerous. Blade, bro. That's why I always say Blade. You know what I mean? I didn't watch all the movies, but vampire/vampire hunter. I hunt them, they get killed. And I'm like, damn, why haven't y'all killed them yet? Through your spirit. How strong is your spirit, truly? And I do all this unhealthy shit. How the fuck isn't your spirit strong? Because we're scared, bro. Realistically. So, you know what I mean? Just being a prophet of God's nature doesn't make me your prophet or anybody else's prophet. It's just, that's what makes me happy. It's just me understanding what I understand and knowing that everybody won't understand what you understand. But it will spark them in a way. It will spark that spirit within them. And I'm doing my part. Doing my part. You know, got people searching for their purpose. You don't gotta search for it. You are your purpose. You know what you gotta do. Just do it. Literally though. It's not hard to me as Teron, Earthman, or the cement that came from the clay, what we walk on today, the cement. And I mean, it's in my name, it's in my spirit. At the beginning there was a word, and the word was God. But look up yours. I mean, I think everybody should look up their name and how it vibrates through your body and really search for it. And you will get it. I guarantee it every time because I'm not God. But I'm telling you, God is like, I'm trying to get through to people, but you won't understand who you are. I can't be you. I can't be you. I can only help you. And sometimes that's a little bit, that's like a crumb that you gotta pick up and create a masterpiece, a whole Thanksgiving dinner out of. That's the real talk, bro. I'm being honest. Cause at this point in time, it's like, man, I don't get hurt no more. I don't. Like back then I did in high school and with relationships that I had. But nowadays it's like I just don't. I love women, I love people, I love men, I just love, bro. And it wasn't me trying to fake it through TikTok ads and shit. It was me just being on my own. I had to delete on my Instagram my pictures because I'm like, this shit's not fun no more. Like I already understand the shit. The only reason people posting that shit is because they want attention. Because they think attention equates to love. But love does not equate to attention. It does not. That's the mistake. Love is a decision. Decision. Meaning take out. If I incite something on you, if I incision, it's like a shot. I'm putting something in you, right? So to decision, like delete, is you creating something out of an atom that is nothing. It's creating something out of nothing. Realistically, the reason I'm able to understand that because I'm a dancer who freestyles. And that's a hard place to be in, but everybody got it in them. It's just, we don't get back to this point. You know what I mean? The originality that is like. I touch people's spirits because I am literally trying, not even trying. It's just sometimes this word pop up in my mind. And I'm like, damn, that's what I am. Without no trying to do it. Profit. To help humankind. So I'm happy doing that. You know what I mean? I don't need no reward. I don't need no gold medal. I don't need no none of that because that's what makes me happy. But guess what? Your gift is you. You better just do research. I mean, it's not even just like, I don't know, oh, this person told me this is what this name means. No, go deeper. Go deeper. Go deeper. Go deeper. I guarantee you gonna touch the bottom of the ocean. You gonna be like, God damn, I am a part of the Earth Nation now. Because the Earth Nation is the Water Nation. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot to it, but I'm not tripping no more. I gave up on it a long time ago. I just truly understand and believe because I'm seeing it in real time. People call it manifestation, but I call it God's will. I'm seeing a lot of women around me starting to understand. I'm seeing a lot of men that I never met in my life starting to understand something. It's like I just thought this thought and then you became that thought. The difference, man. So you got to become more powerful than what you believe in. Because God never gave up on you. We did. We did. Truthfully so. Because, like, I got to be honest. Like, God is so loving. God is all of it, bro. Every single emotion, everything that you can think of it, is when you catch that stream. Real life, real smack. I do this shit on stream. And we on stream. It's God is that stream, and we got to catch it and be like, all right, man. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm just judging too much. Maybe I'm just being over. And that's not you, SK, but I'm just saying, like, anybody. I'm judging too much. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You know what I mean? Calm down. People call meditation evil. Don't call out to nobody when you meditating. Close your eyes. It's literally the basic principle of meditating. Certain people on TikTok gonna tell you different. The devil has inflicted all religions. That's why you think that way. Divide and conquer. The Spider-Man meme, them pointing towards each other when y'all the same type of being. But we gonna get back to this point at one time because God's nature is too strong, and I think a lot of people understand that. Well, not even understand it, but know it deep down, truthfully, but just don't want to accept it, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Accepting it is the way of life, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. You can believe in whatever religion you want to believe in. I told y'all Christianity is order. You know what I mean? I think really getting into the Buddhist culture is gonna help you find that peace that you don't have to find. Getting into Bruce Lee, his teachings, his books, his book.
Hey, buddy.
But yeah,
What's it called? I gotta go. Unexpected.
go ahead.
What's it called? No, I mean, like, I'm gonna have to cut this
No, I know.
for sure. What's it called? Good looks on coming through and staying for a little bit even after David. What's it called?
You could have told me if you wanted to end this shit a long time. You could have been like, "Trying, shut up."
You straight, buddy.
Yeah, go ahead.
But it's for sure enough time for whatever we need. Every clips and whatnot.
So go ahead. I mean, you gonna end it?
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta do it from this phone messing me up.
3 hours and 48. God damn. I don't notice. I just go.
Anyway, look for my text throughout the week too.
No, no,
And
of
say that
course.
too.
Yeah, of course.
All right, buddy.
All right, bro.